Monica Everett, the only witch who can use magic without casting spells, defeated a legendary dragon all by herself. But despite her power, she's shy and lacks confidence. Now, she's been assigned to secretly protect the prince. Can she stand strong against the forces of darkness? Our story begins with a great battle where we see a group of mages trying to repel an attack. Large dragons attack them from all directions, but the mages created a protective wall. This all took place in the kingdom of Riddell, where Count Kerbeck's territory faced these dragons, and they had been doing so for several years as they were accustomed to it. The Count's family history is full of battles with dragons. They try to land a fatal blow on the dragon, but unfortunately, it doesn't affect it. They are now trying to hit its eye directly, because if they hit its eye directly, the dragon will fall and won't see anyone in front of it, allowing them to cut off its head. The commander tells them to maintain their formation and steadfastness no matter what happens. But here, something very strange happens, like an earthquake or a devastating blow shaking the entire place. Everyone is now silent, waiting to see what happened. Are these the events of the end? Or is there something bigger than the dragon? Is it the Antichrist? We don't know yet, my friends. What is going on? In just moments, the curtain is revealed, showing a giant dragon over 500 meters long. Everyone stood in silence. Yes, it's a huge disaster. This black dragon has other dragons hovering around it as if they were flies. What if the small dragons, which are like flies to this black dragon, were something humans couldn't handle? What will they do against this black dragon? This dragon has only appeared twice in the history of the Kingdom of Riddell, and records indicate that many cities were completely destroyed by this red dragon. After that, we see the Count's daughter in the royal palace, named Isabella. Her assistant tells her, "Danger is imminent, my lady. We must evacuate immediately." Isabella replies, "This is unacceptable. My father and the knights are fighting, and as his daughter, it would be unforgivable for me to abandon the people at this time, even if it costs me to fight alongside them." The scene shifts to a girl named Monica. Her assistant has brought her a lot of food, many vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, and other things. As she enters, she sees a messy sight, many books, things like garbage, and complete chaos in the place. Then the young girl tells her that 3 months ago, the eastern borders were attacked by dragons. She heard that many winged dragons appeared near the village, and what was more terrifying was that the leader of the winged dragons was the legendary black dragon Oregon. It seems that one of the 7 sages sent him there, but she doesn't know yet who those mages were who killed them. After that, Monica gives her some money because she brought her so many things. The other girl thanks her for the large amount of money, but says it's too much. "What exactly do you do, Monica? What is your job?" Monica stutters and says, "I'm a math expert. A math teacher." The other girl tells her that a colleague wants to meet her. Monica shudders because she doesn't want anyone to know anything about her. At that moment, she looks back, not wanting to look, and sees that person. She slams the door in his face, but he pushes the door open again. He looks like a really annoying kid, but he enters by force and sits down as if it's his home. Then, he uses his abilities to tidy up the entire place. We learn then that Monica is one of the 7 sages, the elite mages of the Kingdom of Riddell. She is the silent mage, my friends. A very beautiful girl, extremely shy and easily nervous, she finds it difficult to speak in front of people. We see her at Minerva Institute, dealing with people while being very embarrassed, shaking and barely able to speak, or even losing consciousness in the worst cases. Naturally, she couldn't say anything. She was on the verge of failure when an idea struck her. If her nervousness prevented her from reciting in front of the examiner, then she would use her abilities and magic without incantations. This is an extraordinary feat. Most people would overcome their shyness towards strangers and social anxiety, but Monica's thinking took a distant and unexpected turn. And indeed, she extinguished the candle without saying a word. And so her talent grew, and she advanced quickly. After all this beautiful talk about Monica, we return to reality, and the visitor speaks to her, saying, "I see you're still wasting your talent, fellow sage." This colleague is named Louis. He then orders his maid to cast a barrier spell so that no one can hear them, as if it's a private meeting room. Then Louis gets to the point, saying he came to visit her today because he has a request for her. "In truth, I was working as a personal guard for the second prince, under secret orders from His Majesty the King," she said to him. "But aren't you affiliated with the first prince's faction?" He replied, "Yes, but I was tasked with guarding the second prince for some reason. I have my own suspicions about why, but discussing His Majesty's intentions based on speculation would be disrespectful, so I won't say more. What matters is that I was ordered to protect the second prince without his knowledge. His Highness Prince Felix, the second prince, is studying at Serindia Academy, a boarding school. Infiltrating the academy would be easier for me, but that doesn't seem reasonable, given my reputation and good appearance for secret work, so I've prepared this for you. A barrier that combines tracking and communication, equipped with a snatching observatory and short-range physical and magical defense." Louis told her that this was a protective magical item he had carefully designed himself. This brooch, in addition to the other one he gave to His Highness Prince Felix, are identical, allowing him to monitor the prince's location and movements at all times. Monica told him that this was espionage. He replied that it was normal to follow the person he was assigned to protect. Monica became nervous because he might be discovered. Louis told her that she seemed very wise, but he would never harm his prince. Then he told her about the brooch, that the king had given it to the prince as a gift, and it seemed to have broken the very next day after he gave it to him. Chris had spent a whole week of continuous effort without sleep or rest, but it disappeared in one day. After the brooch was broken, he endured a lot, even being away from his beloved wife to design this piece. Monica asked him if the prince was okay, and he replied that he was fine. Despite his extreme fatigue, he gathered his strength and rushed to the academy. When he arrived, they told him that nothing had happened, only that the brooch had accidentally broken. Then, he looked at Monica and told her that she needed to understand what he was trying to tell her. Monica replied that she didn't understand anything from him. He replied that he wanted her to infiltrate the academy and protect the prince instead of him. Monica was very scared, saying she couldn't do that. He replied that she wasn't part of high society like him. Even at official events, she kept her head covered and her gaze lowered, so no one there knew her face, and no one would suspect that a simple girl like her belonged to the Seven Sages. Furthermore, her talent for using magic without incantations was perfect for providing secret protection. Monica cried a lot because she didn't want to do that. Louis told her that it had been about 2 years since they joined the Seven Sages, and all she had done in that period was confine herself here and immerse herself in paperwork. She replied that she had killed a dragon 3 months ago. Louis interrupted her, saying that in the past 3 months he had killed 10 dragons, so he didn't understand the meaning of her words. Then he asked her to listen. She was one of the kingdom's greatest mages and one of the Seven Sages, and she had to realize that there were tasks no one but her could accomplish. She replied that she had only joined the Seven Sages as a reserve. Louis didn't care about what she said. All that mattered to him was that the king had entrusted him with full responsibility for guarding the second prince, which meant she had no choice but to agree to what he said. Monica was forced to agree. Louis relaxed and sat down to tell her the details. A few years ago, in the lands of Count Kerbeck, there was an orphaned girl. The late Countess Kerbeck saw a resemblance between the girl and her deceased husband and decided to adopt her. The girl enjoyed the affection of the late countess and grew up happily. However, the countess fell seriously ill and passed away. After losing her guardian, the girl became disliked by the count's cruel daughter and was forced to work as a maid. Later, when the count's daughter was accepted into Serindia Academy, the girl was forced to accompany her as her maid. Monica was very sad for the girl. Then Louis told her that she would play the role of this poor girl. Monica was shocked by this request and couldn't respond. Night fell, and Monica remained as she was. Her cat tried to get her to talk to him. Monica spoke and told him that she couldn't guard the prince. The cat told her that she should have simply refused all of this. She told him that she couldn't because Louis would follow her wherever she went, and his appearance was terrifying. The hard warts on his knuckles under his gloves scared her. The cat told her to look on the bright side, that the prince must be very attractive. Then he told her that he loved books, and this was mentioned in Dustin Gunther's book, so he was fully aware of the matter. End of 11:4. That is the end of this 156, end of... Monica hesitated, then told him, "Aren't the Seven Sages supposed to attend celebrations and such? Haven't you seen the king before?" Monica said, "I always close my eyes out of shyness." Nero the cat said, "And how will you protect this person if you don't know him?" After that, we see Monica flying in the sky with Louis and Renz, and they finally arrive at Louis's house. Louis's wife examines her and thinks she's not well because her face is pale. Then Monica rests a little and looks better. Then she enters and she is mocked for her old clothes. They say that her name is registered among the lower classes of the Kerbeck family, and this is a great embarrassment to their family. They laugh at her in scorn. But the surprise is that this girl says, "I used to practice improving my voice daily, and now I'm practicing the voice of a wicked girl." Then this girl introduces herself as Isabella, the daughter of Count Kerbeck, and on behalf of her father and the villagers, she expresses her sincere thanks for killing the Black Dragon. Lady Isabella remembers the previous situation when the Black Dragon attacked the village and was heading towards their palace. A small boy brings her news that a sorceress from the royal capital defeated the Black Dragon, and she is the Silent Sorceress. She was able to eliminate the Black Dragon by herself, and there were no damages or casualties. At that moment, she cries. At this moment, we see green dragons entering the city and beginning to destroy it. Winged dragons have come for revenge for the Black Dragon. A large dragon stands on the palace and heads towards Isabella. It attacks her, but at the last moment, someone casts a spell on it, instantly destroying the dragon. It is revealed to be Monica, the wielder of silent magic. This is a great advantage for this sorceress, as humans cannot control mana and magic without incantations. But this genius made the impossible possible. This great sorceress, Monica Evart, is one of the Seven Sages, the elite mages of the Kingdom of Riddell, and she is the first sorceress in history to create spells without incantations. Then Monica eliminates all the dragons that were attacking the city. We return to reality, and Isabella says that Monica not only defeated the Black Dragon, but all the winged dragons as well, and she did it alone. Furthermore, she used the wind to carry the fallen winged dragons to protect the city from harm and disappeared without saying a word. "I heard you're infiltrating Serindia Academy this time, and I'll bully you repeatedly so no one suspects you." Don't worry and focus entirely on protecting His Highness. Please. Monica is very surprised and shocked by Isabella's words, and with this, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the next episode of this wonderful anime. We hope you don't miss the next episode, and therefore we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. We ask anyone who has reached the end of this video to leave a beautiful comment, as this makes us very happy. Thank you for watching. The episode begins with Monica dreaming of her father bringing her a measuring tape, and she measured everything in the house. She was very happy, then woke up. She was in the carriage, on her way to the academy to perform her mission. Then we moved to the academy. Isabel was annoyed that she would sleep with Monica in the same room, and that she shouldn't have to sleep with the likes of her in one room. An academy employee apologized profusely to Isabel because he thought Monica was one of her relatives. But before that, while they were on the way, Monica was the one who objected to this while they were on the way, saying that she couldn't stay with anyone in one room. But Isabel told her to calm down and that she would solve this problem like a wicked lady. Then we returned to the academy. Isabel felt shocked in front of the employee, which led the employee to beg her to calm down and that he would do everything he could to solve this problem. Then Isabel told the employee that the attic room suited her, but the employee began to think about an empty place there. But Isabel told him if there was no empty place to put her in the stable and that she didn't care at all. This made Monica wonder about this behavior. Then the employee went to complete the preparations immediately. Then Isabel looked at Monica and winked at her. Then we moved to the student council of the Serendia Academy. The treasurer of the student council, Aaron, was being tried because evidence was found proving his manipulation of the account records. The council secretary, Elliot, learned that this had happened more than 30 times and verified this. The storekeeper, Bridget, also asked if the manipulation included the budget funds as well. The public relations officer, Neil, confirmed to her after reviewing them that it did not include the regular budget and that the number could range up to 50 times. Then the council president, Felix, told him that he was nominated for the student council thanks to the recommendation of the council president's grandfather, Duke Clockford, and that he thought his grandfather would lose confidence in Aaron's father after this incident, which made Aaron feel fear and annoyance about this. He began to ask himself who would bear these costs. Felix told him that his stupidity would tarnish the reputation among the Count's steals. But Aaron was very angry and lashed out at Felix, ordering him to shut up and rebuking him that he was just an obedient dog to the royal duke in name only. He attacked Felix, but Cyril confronted him and cast a spell on him that froze him in place and told him that lashing out at the council president was punishable by death. Then Cyril apologized to Felix because he had overstepped his bounds, but the council president thanked Cyril for his protection and told Arine that he was suspended pending the issuance of his official expulsion order, which shocked Arine greatly. Then we moved to Isabel. She was sad because she wanted to stay beside Monica to give them opportunities for tea parties tonight, but she was not able to fulfill her mission. Then they watched the council members restraining Aaron to throw him in prison. He was yelling that he had done nothing. Monica knew Aaron because she had met him before in meetings, as well as the rest of the council members except for Cyril. But his appearance is very important because he has the student council emblem. She thought that Isabel was much more suitable for this secret mission than her. Then we moved to Monica's class. The teacher, Victor, introduced Monica to the students and told the students that she had recently transferred here and asked Monica to introduce herself to the students. But Monica felt very nervous because she had to say something. Victor asked her to stand up straight because she was in a prestigious academy that included the elite of the country, and students here were expected to show proper behavior and good cultural taste. Monica remembered being bullied by her school friends and did not speak until Victor asked her to go to her seat. While the students were talking to each other, Monica was alone. Then one of the students called out to her and told her that her name was Lana and asked her why she styles her hair in braids. But Monica doesn't know any other hairstyle. Lana noticed that the rest of the students were talking about her, which made Monica feel very embarrassed. Then Lana asked Monica where she grew up. After learning that she grew up in the city of Lin, she rejoiced and told her that it was a large city on the border and asked her what was trending there. But Monica has no knowledge of this. Then Lana approached Monica and told her that lip rouge was the latest fashion in the royal capital. Monica was surprised by this. Then they heard the students talking about them. The students thought that Lana was showing off in front of Monica because she was rich and Monica was rural, but Lana did not care about them. She proceeded to grab Monica's hair and untangled it, asking her not to move. And Monica agreed to this. Lana styled Monica's hair. Monica was somewhat tense until Lana finished changing Monica's hairstyle and told her that this was easy and asked her to learn it later. Then she left. Then Monica went to see this in the mirror and was very surprised that she didn't even thank her. Then Monica wandered inside the academy, afraid of the students seeing her and hiding from them as much as possible. She remembered Lewis's punishment for her. Then she exclaimed that she would do her best to complete the mission, even drawing attention to herself. Then she quickly moved to an empty place and showed a little food, wondering if this would be enough for her. She moved to a quiet and peaceful place until she met Prince Felix at the end of the road. Then she retreated to find another place where no one was. She did not know that this was Felix. Then Elliot grabbed her and told her that she had fallen into the trap and asked her if this was a weapon, but she answered that it was her food. but he didn't believe that anyone puts their food in their pocket and asked her who she was working for. He made her follow them to this place, which made Monica feel very scared, until she fell to the ground and the food fell out of her pocket. She was in pain from being grabbed so hard. Felix asked Elliot to let her go, but Elliot didn't want this and thought she was working with Aaron, but Felix gestured for him to be quiet until Elliot released her. Then Felix approached Monica and told her that he had heard about a transfer student in the second class this year and asked her if it was her, and your name is Monica. Monica was very embarrassed and answered that it was her, in sign language. Then Felix said to Elliot that she was not one of Aaron's supporters, and that she was just a small squirrel who had lost her way, and picked up the hazelnut from the ground, and gave it to her, and also apologized to her. While Monica was trying to thank him, Felix felt something being thrown at them from above, but Monica used her magic to ward off this thing. Elliot went quickly to investigate the matter. Then Felix asked Monica if she was okay. Then Monica lost consciousness after that and dreamed of a nightmare of being kidnapped and tortured by a thief. Then Monica woke up, startled. Then Selma came to her. She was a representative of the health committee in her class and asked her if she was okay because she heard that she had fallen to the ground. She began to examine her and told her that she could return to her residence after she calmed down. Then Monica moved to her house and was very exhausted. Nero came to her and asked her how it went, but Monica thought the matter was very impossible. Nero asked Monica if she had failed on her first day. She was about to cry, but Nero asked her to stop so she wouldn't fail next time, and asked her to manipulate them with their balls or something like that. But Monica saw that mind control magic should not be used for such things because it could cause memory loss or a state of delirium. Nero felt fear from this and asked her to skip the matter and try again. But a large number of people were kind to her today, but she was not able to thank them at least as she should. But Nero will take care of this, and he asked for this himself. Monica was surprised that he could do this, but Nero turned into a person and asked her what she thought of this. Monica was very scared and asked him to come back to his form again, and that she didn't want him in this form. But he asked her to tell him thank you. She was running away from him because she was afraid of him being human. Then Nero stopped joking with her and saw a suspicious person from the window. Monica looked at him intently and saw that he was an unknown person in the girl's residence. Nero expected that he was here targeting the prince. He asked her if we should follow him, but Monica told Nero that she met Prince Felix. Monica then recalled her father from the past and asked him if his research ended when he finished these calculations. But her father hadn't finished his research completely. It was just a small part because it was massive. He told her that most people think it's useless, and Monica was surprised by this since he had put in a lot of effort. Then she returned to her present, woke up, washed her face, looked in the mirror, and remembered that she hadn't cared for her hair before. She looked at Nero and asked him what he didn't consider useless, but Nero asked her if they were talking about philosophy. He told her he knew the word philosophy and asked her to praise him. Monica began to compliment him, and when she did, he told her those were his words, and her praise made him feel warmth and inner comfort. He said it was better for him to enjoy pointless things because life is full of pointless things, so why not enjoy them to the fullest? He mentioned that Dustin Gunther wrote this in his novel. However, Monica put in a lot of effort just to survive, so how could she enjoy something that was pointless? Then she remembered her father's words. The greater the challenge, the more enjoyment. Monica, she realized she had to challenge herself. Then she went to her classroom and tried to talk to Lana, who was surprised by her appearance and asked what she had done to herself. Monica told her she tried to do it like she did for her yesterday, but couldn't do it. She thanked her for yesterday, but Lana said she didn't need a headband from her. Then Monica asked Lana to show her the way she styled her hair yesterday and felt foolish for failing at the main point, which led to laughter. She asked her to sit down, which made Monica happy. Then Lana began teaching her and told her this comb was crafted by a skilled artisan in Anmil and was set with small precious stones with refined taste. Then she stopped talking and told her that all her stories were boring, so they became about wealth, and that she didn't have anything special to say. But Monica felt nervous once again and told her stories were boring because they only talked about numbers, which made Lana laugh. She told her that was strange, and Monica laughed too. Then she saw her hairstyle in the mirror and was amazed by its beauty. The placement of the braid and its angle made a big difference, and the proportion of her gathered hair looked good. However, Lana told her that these things aren't measured by numbers but by feelings, and asked her to undo it and do it again. Monica asked if she would undo it despite how beautiful it looked, which made Lana angry because if she didn't do it herself, she hadn't learned to do it. Then Elliot entered their classroom, which astounded the students, except Monica, who felt extremely anxious upon seeing him and immediately hid. Then Elliot approached her, discovered her hiding, and told her she immediately hid at the sight of anyone's fate. He called her a shy little squirrel, but Monica told him she was human and was extremely embarrassed and anxious. Then Elliot asked her to be quiet and follow him. They moved to the student council office and Felix apologized for calling Monica suddenly and introduced himself, saying he was the president of the student council. Then she remembered Louis telling her that this was a silly way to meet. Monica thanked Felix, which surprised him because he hadn't done anything to deserve thanks. She told him it was for the hazelnut in the clinic, but he told her not to worry about it. Monica asked Felix why he was sneaking out of the dorm, which made Felix angry because it was the first time he had heard this. He then asked about Monica's intent. Monica told him she saw him last night from her room's window, but Felix thought it was possible that she saw a suspicious person and asked how he looked. However, she couldn't see his face because of the hood, but his build was similar to Felix's. Felix thought that was normal since many people have the same build. Monica explained to him with evidence and proof that it had to be him. Elliot said she was being honest about every word, and Felix said he definitely thought Elliot believed Cyril would faint if he heard this. Felix thought that she was just a little squirrel who could never hurt anyone. If she were an assassin, she wouldn't hesitate to do something to him when they were alone, or she wouldn't have revealed that without hesitation. Elliot asked Felix about his interpretation of the flower pot falling on them. Monica anticipated it fell by accident, but Felix said it all started when the student council treasurer intervened in the budget until the procedure for his expulsion was complete. They decided to lock him in the student dorm, and Aaron hinted at the presence of an accomplice in the crime, which led to an incident he had before. So Elliot set a trap in the backyard, and Monica was shocked to learn she was seen as an assassin in their eyes. She imagined Louis telling her that she succeeded in achieving things in more unexpected ways. Then Elliot approached Monica and asked if she was Aaron's partner, right? She told him she wasn't, but Elliot insisted that she would find him the real partner. This shocked Monica once more, and she told him she would do it. Felix told her he would leave it to her. Monica then went to the yard and cried a lot because of what had happened to her. Nero told her that she became a personal guardian, and he asked her if it was a problem to be viewed as an assassin, which made Monica shocked. Our episode begins with Monica crying intensely because she wants to return home, she's alone here, and has no one. Nero the cat approaches her, trying to comfort her and telling her that she must find the person targeting the prince. They then see a broken flower pot, and Monica guesses it was thrown from above due to a wind magician's use of magic. Monica then enters the academy to investigate the story of the flower pot and sees a group of girls talking to a girl named Thelma, bothering her because her fiancé Aaron might leave school due to a sudden illness. Then, one of the girls sarcastically tells them that she will invite everyone to the upcoming party at her house, which will be her engagement party with Aaron. Monica hides and listens to them. Then her friend Lana comes and takes Monica, and they go up to the girls asking them to let them pass. We see that arrogant girl named Caroline say, "My, aren't you Lana Colette from the newly rich Barons family? You need to improve your manners. Don't you know my family is of much higher standing than yours? Shouldn't you at least greet me first?" Lana gets angry and asks her to move aside so she can pass, and she starts to mock Caroline. Caroline gets very angry and hits Lana, who then bumps into Monica, causing Monica to fall down the stairs. While falling, Monica thinks about using wind magic, but that would seem strange to everyone. She finds another solution, using her magic on the stairs to make the fall painless, and she lets herself fall down the stairs. She then collides with Vice President Cyril and apologizes profusely for what happened. He reassures her and tries to ask about her condition, whether she's okay or not. Monica is surprised because he didn't scold her or get angry. The Vice President asks what happened, and Caroline lies, telling him that Lana pushed Monica down the stairs as a joke. Lana denies her statement and tells him that she was the one who pushed her, and as a result she collided with Monica, and Monica became a victim of that. Caroline tells her that Lord Cyril knows she is from the family of Count Norn, and he will surely believe her. Monica talks to herself and says, "This is the aristocratic world. When someone of high status decides you are evil, it becomes a reality, even if the person is not wrong." Monica decides that she will speak the truth because if she doesn't and is afraid like every time, she will cause harm to Lana. Then Monica looks at him with great fear and tells him that she tripped on her own and no one was responsible for it. She then apologizes to everyone and leaves quickly. She then goes to piano class, and her friend tells her to come back another time, but Monica asks her to go into the balcony. Monica actually goes in to check on the flower pot, but her friend doesn't give her a chance and tells her that she will go out and close the class, and if she wants to reserve the room, she must submit a request form in the teacher's room. Monica thanks her for that. Then we see Felix in his room with his friend, and Monica enters, and Felix asks her if she has made any progress. Monica approaches him and tells him that she knows the culprit. Then the scene shifts to a group of girls in class talking to Thelma about how they can't believe her fiancé Aaron left school, and they tell her that they are her friends and will listen to her anytime she wants, but they are actually trying to mock her. Then Felix's assistant comes to them and asks Thelma to come with him, and they go to Felix's room. Felix tells her that 2 incidents occurred. The first was the sign that fell before the entrance ceremony, and the second was the flower pot. Monica told him that she was responsible for both incidents, so is that true? He then asks Monica for an explanation. Monica says, "The site of the sign's fall was cleaned, but I think I know what happened with the flower pot. It was dropped from one of the second-floor balconies in the east wing, directly above where it fell. But looking at the speed of the fall and how it shattered, as Monica read the detailed account, they told her she could skip the unimportant parts. Then she said, based on my calculations, this happened from the 4th floor. I checked who reserved music room number 2 at that time." The other girl replied, "I didn't do that, I just went to water the plants." The problem was that Monica and the other girl, Charlotte, looked similar, with no significant difference in their height. Monica then remembered what had happened. The balcony railing was high enough to prevent anyone from falling, and there was an overturned flower pot. Monica got angry and said, "Do you think I used it to stand on? It just happened to be there." But Charlotte spoke up and said, "I see you're wearing gloves today. When I saw you in the infirmary, I noticed how soft and white your fingers were. The reason you weren't wearing gloves was because they got dirty when you moved the flower pot. I found a pair of dirty gloves in the trash can near the music room. They were embroidered with your initials." The other girl screamed, shocked and stunned that her secret had been exposed. She then fell to the ground and said, "It's true. Yes, I'm the culprit. I did everything. The flower pot, the fallen sign, the student council budget, all of it was my doing. I deceived Aaron, but I don't want anyone to hurt him. I want you to protect him. Don't take my fiancé from someone who has nothing." Monica then asked Felix, "Mr. Felix, what will you do with that girl, Thelma?" He informed her, "This was an assassination attempt in the royal palace. The entire family deserves the death penalty. That's what I'd like to say. But given the circumstances, perhaps it's best for her to withdraw from school voluntarily." Also citing illness, he then continued with his records. Monica noticed something strange in the records and told him, "The records are different from each other." He asked her, "What? You noticed that so easily? Do you know how to read accounting records too?" She replied, "Yes, actually, I know everything. I arranged the numbers to fit the matter, but the execution wasn't good." He said, "Bravo. Look, if you don't mind, could you help me review the accounting records?" She said, "Really? This is the happiest day, when I'll be with you." He replied, "Okay, great. I'll be happy too that you're here, and because of that, I'm officially appointing you as the treasurer of the student council." Monica fainted from extreme joy. At night, she was sitting with the cat, and he told her, "Calm down, value your awe. Enough of your astonishment. It's the truth. The king grants dominion to whom he wills and removes it from whom he wills." She cried, tears of joy, and said, "Thank God. I ended up becoming the treasurer of the student council. This is unbelievable." The prince then told them that he had asked her to review the past 5 years, and she had accomplished it in just 2 hours while they were absent. He then asked her for her opinion on the accounts. Monica replied that she was surprised by the noticeable negligence in managing such a huge sum. Cyril yelled at her for daring to address His Royal Highness in such a manner. Monica returned to her room, crying, wanting to go back to the mountain cottage and not wanting to stay there. We then see Cyril searching the records for what happened. This student had just transferred here and became the treasurer. Cyril continued searching the records and found that she was right and that it was her handwriting. But suddenly, he felt a severe headache and had to go to his room to sleep early. The next morning, we find Isabel yelling at Monica, asking her how someone so disgraceful to their family could serve on the student council and how she had truly managed to win His Highness's admiration. She then congratulated her on her appointment as treasurer of the student council. Monica didn't understand anything that was happening. Isabel had broken all those cups. Isabel told her that they had used dishes that were already slightly broken. When she saw Monica had changed her hairstyle, she asked her maid to do the same for her. The maid told her that she would make her beautiful, matching hairstyles on holidays because wicked ladies don't style their hair like the girl they bully. After that, Monica went to her classroom. Lana entered and told her that she had heard a rumor saying Monica was a member of the student council. Monica didn't answer her. Lana then told her that she wasn't the one who pushed her down the stairs yesterday, but she was the cause of Caroline's provocation. She then asked if Monica was hurt, and Monica told her that nothing had happened to her. The scene then shifts to His Royal Highness the Prince meeting with all the members. He asks Cyril to teach Miss Monica how to perform her duties as treasurer starting today. Cyril is surprised but agrees immediately. Monica becomes very scared and asks His Royal Highness about this and why Cyril specifically. The prince tells her it's because Cyril was the treasurer before becoming vice president. Monica tells him she'd prefer someone her own age. The prince reassures her that Cyril will train her well. The scene then moves to Cyril with Monica, where he's teaching her the basics of the job and treating her very kindly. She even sneezes because she's cold, and he gives her a scarf because the room is chilly. She apologizes to him, saying that by reviewing the previous accounts, she added a lot to his burden. Cyril tells her that this isn't an additional burden, but work that must be done, and he doesn't want her to be so anxious. He says, "You've earned His Highness's trust by proving your competence, and your work was impeccable, so hold your head high and be proud of it." She apologizes and says, "No matter what happens, I can't be proud of myself." Cyril tells her, "I hate the phrase, I can't." Regarding the incident on the stairs, I questioned the students who were nearby and found out what happened. The culprit, Caroline, has received a severe warning and will issue a written apology. Your evasive behavior delayed the discovery of the truth. Monica thinks to herself that he is a very kind person and is surprised that there are people like him, even among the nobility. In the evening, Cyril is seen walking down a corridor saying to himself, "Helping the treasurer, Monica, has delayed me a lot. I need to deliver these accounting documents to Professor Thornley quickly." But as he says this, he is very surprised and scared. Who is this professor, and why is Cyril worried about meeting him? This is what we will find out in the next episode, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon to receive all new updates. Our episode today begins with Miss Rin entering the Silent Sorceress's chamber. Rin tells her, "I have a very urgent message from Mr. Louis. The message reads, I, Louis Miller, am pleased to announce that I'm going to be a father. Rin doesn't finish as the cat gets angry and exclaims, I don't want to hear this. I don't need to know this information. But Rin continues, it seems Mr. Louis is overjoyed, and this is the most important news we have. The cat gets angry again and says, What? What? Was this the most important news? It's trivial. After that, the silent sorceress opens a letter whose content states, I realize your inability to convey information verbally, so write down your important updates on this paper and hand it to the lady in front of you now, Rin. Then, Rin calls out to the silent sorceress and says, Look at that window. There's an excessive amount of ice mana emanating from behind the boys' dormitory. We don't know what the problem is. Meanwhile, we see Krail walking in the forest saying, I have to tell them. What does Krail want to tell them? He says, the goblin responsible for forging financial records. But he falls to the ground and doesn't continue his journey. At that moment, something strange happens. Mana glows in his chest, and he screams in pain as more and more ice fills the place. Rin, the silent sorceress, and the cat come out to see what's happening. Perhaps this man is suffering from mana overabsorption, a condition where the body absorbs more mana than it can handle. Those who suffer from it usually wear magical tools to help them release excess mana. The matter is very serious for that man, and we must do something now or he will die. The cat runs very fast and tries, but it flies like a feather in the air. Here, the silent sorceress steps forward, and ice blasts strike her, but she deflects them. She instantly dispersed that enormous ice blade. Yes, my friends, she controls everything. A powerful girl, a mastermind, wise. Then she directs a massive fire energy like a fire dragon towards that ice, and it wraps around it directly and explodes it. Yes, it's the silent sorceress, that power, that might, no one else possesses it. The man was hallucinating words, remembering his mother and father. He remembers his father when he was deceased and they visited his grave, but he was harsh on his mother, treating her violently every day. After a short while, he died due to alcohol addiction. I was trying to lighten my mother's burdens in any way possible. I want her to be filled with happiness in any way, for she is all I have left in this world. And she runs to her and says, Don't say it. The Marco-Hune family wants to adopt me, and they are a very wealthy family, and I want to do all this for you so I can provide for you. We return to reality, and Krail emerges from his coma and tells the silent princess, Return it, it's very important. She returns it to him, and he falls into a coma again. She tells her, he's safe now. I've added an additional enchantment to him because his condition is abnormal and anyone can control him, but if he uses it well, it could become a real source of power for a great wizard. I don't want him to consider it a curse. Then she orders Nero to take care of him, and they leave quickly. Then the silent princess explains to Rin what happened with Lord Krishel. It wasn't just mana poisoning. It was more like symptoms of mental manipulation. We must find out the reason. So Monica goes to that man, and he asks her, what brings you here? Did you forget? Curfew for going out without permission is not your business, nor is it for you to do this. She told him, there's a very serious matter. What are you doing with those things? I've memorized all the numbers in the documents I reviewed. He asked her, what exactly do you mean? She remembers the student council's accounting records, which had been chaotic for a while, but 5 years ago the forgery methods became more sophisticated, and the amount of money diverted increased. That started in the year you became a consultant to the student council, sir. At that, he gets angry, grabs her hand, and turns on her, saying furiously, magical research requires a lot of money. Then he casts a spell on her. Monica understands that he wants to manipulate her mind, but she tells him that this will never work on her. For her, it's a trivial matter. And she shatters that spell with ease. The man is stunned by her strength and intelligence and says, What? What are you doing? Are you rephrasing my magical formulas? This is impossible. How can a girl like you invent such a perfect formula without incantations or any words? Stop this, stop. Then she returns the spell to him powerfully, and its effect lasts for about 24 hours. He then gets up and says, why am I here? Then he grabs a book and says, yes, that's right. I have to return these modified documents to the student council. Cyril Ashley realized I tampered with them just by looking at the handwriting. Erasing memories wasn't enough. Perhaps I'll resort to brainwashing after that. But wait, what about the student council president? After that, he finds a pig and pulls the book from it and says, what? What? What is a pig doing in this place? Maybe I'm dreaming? Then the pigs multiply and rush and overwhelm him. But in the end, we find that Monica is the one who cast the mind manipulation spell on him and says, oh my god, I overdid it with this spell and I can't control it. Rin comes to her and tells her, leave it to me, I'll overcome it. Then they hear the man saying, pigs, pigs, get away from me, these pigs. After a few days, the school was talking about Professor Thornley being arrested while researching black magic. Monica hears the conversation and doesn't say anything as she knows everything already. The other person tells her one of the 7 sages arrested Professor Thornley and also informs her that it seems Louis Miller did it. The scene quickly shifts to the Lord, who says, it seems Cyril has recovered as well. The man disguised as a lizard informs him. Lord Ashley's condition was due to mana poisoning. Perhaps someone carried him to the boys' dormitory, but despite my close monitoring, I haven't been able to identify that person yet. As for the treasurer, the Lord asks, are you Commander Lizard worried about appointing her treasurer, even though she doesn't seem like an ordinary person? I'm also surprised how she didn't fall into the trap I set for her. She didn't even touch the keys that were next to the valuable materials in the student's room. I was watching her day and night from certain angles, for I, Mr. Lizard, can do these things with great precision. But perhaps she is a monitor sent by Duke Clockford, or perhaps an assassin targeting my life, Mr. Lizard told him. Sir, don't joke about such matters. It won't escalate like that. The scene moves to Monica, who is overcome by sleep and has been working too much, so she falls asleep on her seat. Duke Critchell enters and pulls the quill from her, then says, "What small hands, like those that placed on me or gave me the necklace. But my friends, in the end it is her." But he doesn't know anything. At that moment, the prince enters and Critchell is surprised by him. He pretends to try to wake the girl and tells her, "How can you sleep during your shift?" Then he shakes her and says, "Hey, wake up now!" But she was also completely dazed. The prince then offers her some sweets, but she utters some words and embarrasses Critchell, whom she had been secretly dating through messages, as she tells him, "Congratulations on your wife's pregnancy, and I will bring you the appropriate gift." Critchell gets angry and is greatly embarrassed in front of the prince and tells him, "Don't believe her, she's probably babbling." Louis is upset. His maid asks if something is wrong. Louis tells her, "No matter how many times I read this letter, the first part is excellent and deserves praise because she was the first to congratulate me, and this girl's joining the student council is an exceptional achievement." The maid informs him that the silent sorceress wasn't assigned to guard the second prince, but the magical protection charm she spent all night creating was easily destroyed by the second prince. "And now, you're venting your anger on the shy, silent sorceress, Mr. Louis. I've heard you're a disturbed person who enjoys bullying the weak." Louis tells her that everyone misunderstands him because bullying the strong is more enjoyable than bullying the weak. The maid tells him, "You're torturing the silent sorceress with these words, and it seems you truly enjoy bullying someone as weak as her." The silent sorceress believes she has finally become one of the 7 sages. Louis says, "I wonder about this truth, and I want to confirm it. I'm proud to be a special kind of genius, and I'll tell you one thing for sure. This girl is a monster. And I realize that my true majesty is secretly monitoring the second prince. The second prince is a competent man who has gained trust both domestically and internationally, and he also has the support of Duke Clockford, the most powerful noble in the country. It's understandable that he's seen as a future king, but he remains a mystery. The second prince is a very cunning person who cannot be defeated by direct methods. And as I told you, I want to bully the strong." The scene then shifts to Elliot, who is very angry because he deals with the repercussions of Professor Thornley daily, which is very frustrating. We see the other members with him, and Cyril says, "Because, after the misconduct of the honest treasurer and the arrest of the student council advisor, trust has been greatly shaken. From now on, we must be more careful and perform our duties diligently." We then see Monica submitting reports to the prince, who asks and permits her to greet the club presidents on his behalf. She becomes very afraid and embarrassed by this, as she is very shy. Cyril tells her he will accompany her. After observing Monica's honesty and extreme dedication to work, he believes she is the best person to be the treasurer. Monica agrees with great joy, pleasure, and pride. And with this happy ending, our episode today concludes. Wait for us in future episodes of this wonderful anime, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. The episode begins with the city and a giant monster appeared there. Monica was using a viewing spell to see the monster clearly because it was far from her. Nero was also with her and felt angry about the dragon's appearance because it would ruin his request for food from the shops. Then one of the wizards appeared and directed a strike at the monster, but was surprised that the monster wasn't affected at all. He was able to dodge the monster's strike and flew high up. We move to Nero, and Nero asks, why doesn't this wizard attack from the sky? But Monica thought that using 2 spells at the same time is difficult, but Nero told Monica that it's not difficult for her at all. Then we move to the wizard again, and he used a spell again to eliminate the monster. But this time, Monica helped him from a distance. Then the wizard directed a strike at the monster, and when smoke appeared, Monica used her spell and fired at the monster, which led to eliminating it. This led the city guards to approach the wizard to thank him, but the wizard told them that this was a lucky strike for him. Then Monica asked Nero to move his head away from her because it's heavy. Then Nero told Monica that he carried her the whole way and asked her to reward him by getting him food. He wanted to eat chicken. Monica asked if the shops are open now, but the shops had opened, and Nero saw that humans are tougher. But Monica sees herself as not tough at all. But Nero grabbed Monica and asked her if she doesn't notice that she's no longer afraid of him when he's in his human form, and that she's now tougher than before. Then we moved to the school, to the teacher's room, and there was one of the teachers who thought she had become responsible for the class that Teacher Thornley was teaching because he was arrested. But one of the staff members appeared to them and announced the joining of a new teacher named William, who is a water bite wizard and will be their new professor in magic basics, starting today. William welcomed them. Then the staff member continued talking about William's achievements, and one of his achievements was that the Silent Witch and the Barrier Wizard were his students before joining the 7 Sages. But William saw that the honorary professor position he had was a source of great boredom. Then we moved to Monica. Neil asked Monica if she had decided on her elective subjects, but Monica hadn't done this yet. But Elliot thought that arts are among the finest activities for nobles and asked Monica if she can play a musical instrument, but Monica can't do this. And here Elliot thought that drawing is the best choice for Monica. Cyril said that he was assigned to the Advanced Practical Magic Applications class because magic is also among the finest noble activities. There was a clash between Elliot and Cyril about this. But Felix told Cyril that his voice is beautiful in singing, which embarrassed Cyril, and he asked Felix when did he hear him singing. Felix heard him when Cyril was alone in the records room, and that he was skilled, and asked him to let him hear his singing sometime later, which led to Cyril's refusal, saying he went to get some papers, but he's escaping. Felix told Elliot that he can also play the violin, and that he asked him to let him hear his playing alongside Cyril sometime too. But Elliot asked Felix to excuse him from this. Then Felix asked her opinion about her elective subjects being magic. He thought it's somewhat like mathematics. But Monica couldn't reply, but she remembered Louis when he told her if he asks her a question and she can't reply, tell him she'll think about it. Felix asked her again if she wants him to show her the nature of the class tomorrow. Monica replied, "Okay, I'll think about it." And Felix told her he'll pick her up from class tomorrow, which shocked Monica. The next day, Monica was with Felix, and Felix told Monica that this academy is special regarding magic. Monica asked Felix if he practices magic, but Felix doesn't have any talent for magic. Then Neil and his new friend saw Prince Felix in the hallway. And Neil's friend was very surprised to see the prince and introduced himself to him, saying, "His name is Glenn, and he's in the same class as Neil." The prince also introduced himself to Glenn, and they shook hands with each other. Monica also introduced herself, and Glenn grabbed her to shake her hand, but very strongly. Then Glenn showed roasted chestnuts and gave them to Felix and Monica as a token of friendship, but Neil was annoyed by Glenn's behavior and asked him to show some respect. Then Felix said he heard about an earth dragon appearing in Kree, and it seems a passing wizard defeated it and asked him if he was involved in this. But Glenn told him he wasn't involved in this at all, which surprised Monica because he was the one who faced the monster. Then Glenn asked Monica what elective subject is she attending. As usual, Monica couldn't speak, and Felix told them he brought Monica to see Magic Basics. Glenn and Neil were going there too. Then they moved to the Magic Basics room, and Monica thought no one would recognize her in this place. But William, the new magic teacher, appeared to her, which shocked her, and she remembered her past with him. Then Felix told the teacher that he brought the students here to take a look, but William asked about the number of beginners because his eyesight is weak. When he learned they were only 3, he asked them to sit wherever they wanted. Monica was amazed that he didn't recognize her. Then William explained to the students about 3 important points that make a wizard skilled, and Monica felt very embarrassed. Then William explained to them that mathematics is also very important to a wizard, and they can through it cast a spell without chance, and there's an example of this, which is the Silent Witch, which led to Monica's shock once again. Then William explained to them the last point of the 3, which is mana manipulation, and that if a person among them enjoys this technique, they can use magic even if they don't understand the magical formulas well, although the quality might be low. Then he asked them to take a look at this mana measuring device, and the blue color appeared to them, which indicates that his preferred element is water. He told the students that now it's their turn, and Glenn got excited because he wanted to test if his mana exceeded 150. He would join the 7 sages. But Neil strongly refused this because he doesn't have the power. Monica said to herself that the last time she measured her power, it was 202. And she's still growing. Neil placed his hands, and he had a mana level of 96, and his preferred element is earth. William told him that this isn't bad at all, which made Neil feel happy about this. Monica was hiding, so she wouldn't do this, but Glenn stepped forward, but Monica tried to leave the class, but William asked her to stop and asked her if he knew her before, but on the other side, he almost broke the mana measuring device. And Glenn told William that the device was broken, which made William busy with the device, and Monica escaped immediately. Then she stopped and asked why Glenn's power exceeded 250, and that there are only 2 of the 7 sages who possess this level of mana. Then she heard a sound coming from the adjacent room and went to check the room and saw a group of young people playing chess. Then Elliot appeared beside her and welcomed her and asked her if she likes chess, but Monica denied that she doesn't know him at all. But Elliot told her not to hesitate and held her to teach her. Then they prepared to play with each other, and Monica asked Elliot what he does to win. This made Elliot laugh and told her she just needs to take her opponent's king, and told her that this game is like waging wars. Monica wondered, since it's like waging wars, then which piece resembles a wizard soldier? Elliot told her it could be the bishop piece because warrior monks used magic in the old days. But Monica started asking strange questions, which surprised Elliot. But Elliot told her that all this isn't taken into consideration in the game. But Monica thought that on the battlefield in this simulated war is just a flat surface. This surprised the other players with her intelligence. Monica saw that the goal is to defeat the king, and Elliot confirmed this to her. Monica thought this was very easy and everyone paid attention to her in the game. Then Elliot asked her to play, and Monica wondered if it's okay if she made the first move, right? Elliot discovered that she learned that the advantage goes to whoever starts first. Then Monica began, and started playing against each other, and everyone was watching them and waiting for the winning result. Elliot asked himself how did Monica do this, and that his position is something indeed. Then he thought he could win with the castling move, but Elliot didn't tell her about this move. While he was making this move, his hands were trembling, but Monica made a positive move. Elliot told her that this move is called castling, and it's only done if the king and rook haven't moved before and there's no piece between them. But Monica told him she lost because it's impossible to win if castling is an official move. Then she apologized because she thought it was easy and that facing a human opponent means there are many variables. Then the chess teacher came forward and asked Monica her name, but she stumbled again in pronunciation. Then Elliot introduced Monica to the teacher and that she's with him in the student council. Then the teacher held Monica's hand to remember her and asked her to join this class. Then night fell and we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica, "Which class will you choose?" But Monica was in shock about her situation and Nero directed strikes at her to wake her up. But Monica said it's impossible for her to join the basic magic class because teacher William is the one who teaches, but she must choose 2 classes. Nero saw that Monica is difficult to handle and asked her if he should pat her with his paws. She asked him for this a lot. Then we moved to the student council room and Monica was very happy because of her chess practice. Elliot asked Cyril what he drew, but Cyril told him it's a bull and wheel very clearly. Then Monica approached them and asked them what they're talking about. Then Cyril asked Monica to make Elliot see the merchant's logo. Then Elliot asked Monica, "Does this look like a bull?" This embarrassed Monica and she apologized. Elliot thought this was the truth and Cyril said that Felix was able to figure this out. Then Monica showed him Abbott Company's logo and that she saw it 2 days ago on a list. Cyril saw that his bull is missing a tail, but Elliot thought what Cyril is missing is the drawing talent itself. But Elliot now knows what it looks like. Then Elliot told Monica that the merchants will arrive soon and asked her to accompany him. Then Monica accompanied Elliot and Cyril was watching them, but his friend noticed he's very careful. Then Elliot and Monica moved to meet the merchants, but Elliot felt disappointed because he didn't confess to Monica about the castling move in chess. When he was about to apologize to her, Monica noticed that Abbott Company's logo was different on the carriages. Elliot asked Monica if she was wrong, but Monica doesn't forget anything she saw before, and the bull is also missing a tail. But Elliot asked Monica to call the guards and that he would buy time. Meanwhile, on the other side, one of the thieves was approaching him with a knife. Monica hesitated about this, but Elliot told her he's a noble and his duty is to protect the common people. Then the thief showed his weapon and Elliot attacked him, but Monica acted quickly and cast magic on the horse, which led to striking the thieves through the horse. And she succeeded in eliminating them. But the horse almost collided with Elliot, but he avoided this. Then Elliot asked Monica to dodge the horse, but the horse passed quickly by her side, which made Monica feel very afraid. Then the horse came back again, but one of the female students mounted it and succeeded in controlling it and made the horse feel reassured. After that, the thieves were tied up and kept in the warehouse, and Elliot went to call the guards and asked them to stay in their place. Then Monica thanked the girl for helping her. Then the student introduced herself as Casey, and she's in her 3rd year. Then Monica introduced herself too, and Monica felt annoyed when the horse made a sound near her. But Casey calmed the horse again and asked Monica if she wanted to try, but she must pat it first. Then Monica patted the horse and apologized to it because she heard it before. Asked if she likes horses, but Casey asked her not to talk to her so formally and asked her to call her Casey. Then she told her she loves horses and told her that in her hometown she used to help load animals on carriages, like in the old Sam Pig song, somewhat, and told her she might not know it and it's a children's song about animals. But Monica knows the song well, and it contains beautiful number sequences which made Casey laugh a lot, and she couldn't believe she would meet someone who knows this song. Then she told her she doesn't get along with the rest of the students here because she's just a rural noble who goes hunting. Then she asked Monica to accompany her and they rode the carriage. Then she asked her to open her eyes, which amazed Monica a lot. Casey asked Monica if she likes horses, but Monica thinks horses are very beautiful. Then Casey asked Monica if she wanted to join the horse riding class, but Monica's physical strength is very bad, but Casey told her that the teacher said beginners are welcome, and she'll get teacher Casey as an additional teacher if she joins them. Monica was very hesitant, and she wanted to try something new. Monica asked Casey, "Do you think I can ride horses?" Then we moved to Monica's room. Nero asked Monica what happened. He noticed she's very tired today, but Monica didn't answer him because she's sleeping from exhaustion. The episode opens with Monica and Felix dancing, but their moves are wild and chaotic. Everyone watches in utter astonishment, muttering, "What kind of foolishness is this?" After 10 minutes, Monica spins like a wooden top. Sazi rushes over and tells them, "You two need to do something before the retest. I can't believe you're still getting the steps wrong." She then switches their partners until they master the moves. Monica is completely exhausted. Lana comes over and helps them. Meanwhile, the headmistress wonders if the students are practicing correctly. She enters the room and finds them training diligently. They then go to the prince, who welcomes them warmly and tells them, "Don't worry, you will succeed, God willing." He goes to Monica, lifts her chin and says, "You will live up to my expectations." She replies, "God willing, I will. First, I'll analyze the dance and match it to my steps. It's time to analyze the dance." Cyril advises her, "Move your body instead of using your mind." The scene shifts to Nero the cat, who says, "I saw everything from the window. I didn't know these dances were a competition where the winner is the one who steps on their partner's foot the most." Monica replies, "You idiot, that's not it. Don't you remember what was in the book?" He remembers the book and recounts the story. They intertwine with each other and move according to their heart's guidance, but I pictured them stepping on each other's feet. She corrects him. "That's not right. Leave me alone." Monica feels the pressure of the prince's high expectations. She must win the dance and not let anyone down. She remembers her father, who once said, "I want to live up to everyone's expectations. Listen to this, Monica. The human body is made up of countless numbers. If we can analyze the formulas that make a human, we will be happy to save many people who suffer from diseases. That's why I must do my best." Monica was very proud of her father, who lived up to everyone's expectations and cured many diseases. Yet he was wronged, humiliated, and killed. As for me, in my attempt to live up to the expectations of others, I discovered magic without incantations. I must do my best, she thinks. Suddenly, she stands up. The cat asks, "What's wrong?" She replies, "Nothing, I just want to practice the dance a little more." He transforms into his true form and asks, "Do you need help, my lady?" She says, "Yes, but you don't know how to dance." He replies, "I'll try and practice with you." They practice together for more than 3 hours. The next morning, Monica arrives for the exam. She remembers Nero the cat, who was very skilled at dancing. Her body is completely exhausted. The headmistress comes and tells them that the exam will be difficult. Afterward, Monica meets her friend, who says, "I will do my best to help you succeed, but you must try my tea. You only have to avoid one thing, bringing the same kind of thing as someone else to the party. Perhaps they will be entering a tea party tomorrow. Can you check the types of tea the other girls will bring?" Monica says, "At my table, there are Lana, Colette, Casey McGrove, and a girl I don't know." Her friend replies, "Don't worry about anything. No matter which evil noblewoman shows up, I will guarantee a perfect tea for you." The preparation begins, and they enter the table, where everyone is present. Monica's friend starts preparing her special tea. Afterward, they gather, and they see the black-hailed woman preparing a very beautiful tea. This black-hailed woman starts speaking to them arrogantly, telling them, "This is the most expensive tea of the season. None of you will ever be able to make anything like it. She is the most annoying and doesn't fit in with the atmosphere," Monica's friend Claudia says. Claudia retorts that the woman is wrong if she truly thinks she's worth anyone's time. Claudia then asks if anyone knows the Silent Witch, but no one replies. So she tells them that the Silent Witch mastered magic without incantations at just 15 years old while studying at Minerva. She developed over 20 new magical formulas and is known for never attending any academic lectures. She also never uttered a single word at the ceremony where she was appointed as one of the 7 sages. Monica is shocked by her friend's words because she is the witch Claudia is talking about. She was unable to speak due to extreme anxiety, so Louis gave a speech on her behalf. Claudia continues, telling her friend that she should read about the witch to get an idea of her personality. She is very intelligent and wise and must have realized the value of silence. Monica becomes even more embarrassed, thinking she isn't as smart as Claudia says. She's just a shy introvert. Claudia then reveals that the Silent Witch's real name is Monica Everett, the same name as their friend. She turns to Monica and tells her she hasn't said a word since arriving, perhaps because she doesn't want to waste her words on fools. Monica escapes, using the excuse that she's going to get them some tea. In the kitchen, Monica wonders if her friend has figured out she is the Silent Witch. She tries to distract herself and not think about it. She looks for the tea, but finds it thrown in the trash. At that moment, her friend Cassie comes to check on her, having noticed her extreme nervousness. When Cassie sees the tea in the trash, she asks if Monica has any spare tea. Monica replies that she doesn't, so her friend offers her own tea. So Cassie is offered tea, her friend offers her own tea. Monica hesitates because she would be serving the same tea as someone else, but her friend reassures her that the most important thing is that everyone is happy. The scene returns to Claudia and Lana, who are arguing. Cassie arrives and they ask her about Monica, as she went after her to help. Then Monica returns with coffee. They are confused since she went to get tea. Nervous, she tells them she wanted them to taste her coffee because it is very delicious and they would love it. Everyone tries it and finds that it is indeed delicious with no strange aftertaste. They had never drunk coffee this easily before. Monica explains that the longer the coffee is prepared, the stronger its flavor becomes, but using this teapot, they can prepare it faster. Claudia says she understands, but tells her that while presenting something unexpected isn't a bad thing. This is a tea party, and drinking a non-tea beverage is out of the question. Monica replies that she just wanted to share something she truly loves with her dear friends, so she is the one who doesn't fit in the most. Lana happily drinks her entire cup, loving its strength. After the tea party, Monica and her friend Cassie walk together. Cassie says she's finally done with the party and now only has to pass the retake dance exam. Monica becomes even more worried, not knowing what to do. Cassie reassures her and tells her she will help her, just like she always does. At that moment, the prince and his assistant enter. The prince tells Monica that he wasn't so heartless as to place all his hopes in her and then abandon her. His assistant then tells her that she should be grateful for His Highness's boundless generosity. The prince confronts Cyril, asking, "I don't recall inviting you. Did you finish all your work early today? You weren't planning on attending Norton's practice from the start." Cyril responds, "I am your Highness's assistant." Cyril then speaks to Norton, telling her that according to General Affairs Officer Maywood, her dancing is very poor. He then asks Norton to dance with him, and everyone is impressed by how beautifully they dance together. Norton thinks to herself, "I know what I should do. For some reason, this isn't the Lord Ashley I know, but all the numbers in his body still indicate that he is Lord Ashley." Cyril speaks to her harshly. "You see, this is how you lead a lady." Norton replies, "I'm relieved you've returned to your true self." He tells her that in a partner dance, everything depends on the man's skill in leading. The prince tells Dudley to learn the art of leading from Cyril and that he will take care of Norton. The prince then dances with Norton, but she is hesitant. He tells her, "You were dancing more naturally when you were with Cyril." She explains that she was surprised by how differently Lord Ashley acted, and it ended before she even realized it. The prince tells her, "Don't think about the steps right now, just walk naturally while we talk. When I look closely into your eyes, I see a faint green hint, like sunlight filtering through a thick forest. I've never seen that look on your face before." Monica notices his necklace and says, "The engraving on it seems very beautiful up close. It can be used as a reflective barrier. These barriers are usually weak, but by using multiple facets, the refractive index must be adjusted first." After they finish dancing, everyone applauds, saying, "Your performance was great. You danced so wonderfully." Monica, happy, says, "The engraving on your highness's brooch reflects light very beautifully, and while I was admiring the reflection, I stopped thinking about unnecessary things." Everyone is surprised. The prince asks, "Was talking to me something unnecessary?" She replies that she didn't mean that, but that she danced well thanks to his beautiful brooch. This is how today's episode of this anime ends. Wait for us in the next episodes. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. Our episode begins today with Prince Ares, who says, "It seems the one who defeated the Earth Dragon in the city of Crimea was a young, traveling mage." He points to a location. "Perhaps they are watching us from there. An assassin will carry out an assassination soon. We must be very careful until things pass peacefully, God willing." Elsewhere, we see the rest of the group. Monica was with them along with Jachi, Neil, and others. They seem to be lighting a fire to grill Kofa on charcoal. Finally, after they finished the grilling, which took more than an hour, they began to eat from the skewers, enjoying themselves immensely and talking about what happened at the dance competition. Professor Monica was very impressed. "I only succeeded thanks to the Lord's brilliant guidance." The prince enters and asks them, "Are you having fun?" They are surprised to see him and ask, "What brought you here? We're grilling meat on charcoal. Would you like to eat with us?" He informs them that they are unauthorized and therefore must obtain a license before Neil tells him. "What license are you talking about? You're here with us and everything is fine. Here, take a skewer of meat and be quiet." The prince started eating from it and said, "Now I've become an accomplice in your crime. Don't tell anyone." Meanwhile, we see Monica after she has returned to her home. Her maid welcomes her and gives her something, but we don't know what it is. She tells her that Mr. Lewis said it is a reward for capturing Tornelli. At this, Monica thinks for a moment and then says, "I will write him a thank you letter now for sending me this gift. So please, my dear maid, step outside because it is a secret message." The maid replies, "Very well, but I also heard that you took on a mission. I heard you also dealt with an intruder pretending to be from a trading company. The defensive barrier that Mr. Louis erected around the academy is impenetrable to external attacks, but it doesn't protect against internal infiltrations." Monica comments, "Yes, but Mr. Louis must have hidden it somewhere in the academy." Her maid cleared her throat, recalling what Mr. Louis had said while leaning back in his chair. "My defensive barrier is full of deadly traps, for your information. If you think you can rephrase that, then try." Monica is shocked and says, "What is this?" Even the cat is very surprised. They had never heard of a barrier holding such murderous intent. Elsewhere, Monica goes out with some papers and sees Ashley watching her from a distance. Monica gets scared and tries to run away quickly to avoid her, but at that moment the other girls meet her. She was a little scared of them, but they told her, "Don't be afraid. We just want to invite you to a tea party." Monica was very scared and nervous, but she thinks to herself, "I am now a member of the student council. I must attend and prove myself at this party too." Elsewhere, they go out to the garden and everyone thanks her for joining them despite her busy schedule, as the last few days have been very difficult, especially with the unfortunate accident when she fell from the stairs. She told them, "Indeed, but thank God I'm fine now." Lana is overjoyed and says to her, "Since you're okay, will you tell Lord Cyril on my behalf that it was just an accident?" Here, Monica tenses up again and thinks before saying a word. If she says it was an accident, she would ruin what Lord Ashley did for her. Therefore, I don't want to do this. They were looking at her, waiting for an answer. So they said, drink your tea first." But everyone was watching her intently as if waiting for something. She takes a sip of the tea and finds it bitter. "It's very bitter," she says. "Perhaps it's a different kind of tea. I must drink it all." Everyone is astonished. It seems they had put poison in it, but they say, "Impossible. We were sure she would choke on it." At that moment, the cup falls from her hand and her vision turns completely red. She says, "What is happening? Why has my vision turned red like the color of the tea?" Then she remembers her father being burned before her eyes, how she cried tears of blood. She began to remember things she hadn't recalled before. A contemptible person comes to her and says, "Silence, you wretch. Your father ruined everything." Back to reality, Monica was babbling and had fallen to the ground with everyone gathered around her. At that moment, Ashley runs over to check if she is alive. Then she asks, "What did you make her drink?" The girl replied, "I don't know anything. I didn't give her anything. She fell on her own." Then Ashley reaches into the bully's pocket and pulls out a small bottle. "Silence," the bully says. It's an eye drop that only dilates the pupils. Just regular eye drops, not poison, as you expect, Ashley. But Ashley tells her, "Silence, you wretch, it's poison." The other girl says to Monica, "Yes, but I didn't expect her to actually drink a full cup of extremely bitter tea." Ashley quickly performs first aid by making her vomit to expel the poison, then tells someone to bring a diluted saline solution and to call the clinic and the student council immediately. The scene shifts to Monica sleeping as the Lord places his hand on her. She murmurs, "Father." He asks her, "Do I look that old to you?" His friend tells him, "There is no need to listen to her sleep talking, Your Highness." At that moment, Monica wakes up and apologizes. "I have caused you so much trouble. I am so sorry. I thought I could at least handle a tea party." She was crying bitterly. "Even though I'm a member of the student council, I'm incapable of doing anything right. I'm truly sorry." Lord Cyril comes up behind her, lifts her, and says, "Raise your head. You should only bow to God." Then he helps her back to bed to rest. He told her, "Don't do that again. Don't you dare get out of bed. If you do it again, I'll tie you to it." At that moment, Claudia Ashley arrives and asks, "What is all this commotion?" They tell her that Monica was trying to get out of bed. "But in any case, you are a true hero. By God, if it weren't for you, she would be dead by now. Thank you so much." Ashley says, "Okay, here Lord Cyril intervenes. You should be more cheerful when you speak to the prince." She replies, "What do you mean? Are you saying I'm a dog or something?" He says, "No, forget it, let's go. The patient must have a headache from us." The two of them leave, while Ashley stays with her. Then she talks to her about the poison. The poison could have been instantly fatal if your body couldn't handle it, but you have a very special constitution. In the end, you survive by a great miracle. It's best if you don't eat today and stay in bed. Here, they talk about whether Ashley hates her or not. Ashley tells her that she never hates her, but she doesn't like her either. Monica tells her, "Fine, tell me why you were following me everywhere." Ashley gets very close to her and says, "Because you seduced my fiancé. It's one thing for you two to be on the student council together, but for you to be practicing dancing together, I will never allow it." Monica is surprised and thinks to herself, His Highness, the Prince, is Lady Ashley's fiancé. What a wonder. At that moment, Monica's friends enter in a strange way, without knocking on the door. They just open it as if they were donkeys who don't ask for permission. Perhaps they should have knocked so that those inside could grant them entry. But let's continue the story. They said to her, "We came to visit you. Come on, eat some meat. Your face is very pale," his other friend said. "Calm down, you idiot. We shouldn't offer meat to someone with food poisoning." Here, Lady Ashley does something very strange and says to them, "I am Monica's friend, and Neil's fiancé." Neil was standing with them and is surprised. "My fiancé? What? How?" Ashley quickly runs and grabs his arm. He wonders, when did this happen? Is it possible that my father arranged it with her father? That's also possible. Then she looks at Monica and says, "Look, Monica, don't we make a cute couple?" Monica was extremely bewildered. Her stress level was very high and she was making strange gestures because she had thought Ashley was the fiancé of the Lord or the prince she had danced with, but the truth was different. At that moment, their other friend enters and is surprised to see Ashley like this. Elsewhere, we see the prince and his follower thinking about Monica when she was apologizing to him, saying, "Forgive me, I failed at everything." Meanwhile, the scene shifts to those murderous girls who wanted to kill Miss Monica, first with their stupidity before their poison. Perhaps their father will handle everything, but it will also involve a very large fine and a huge ransom because it is a major, premeditated crime of attempted murder. Then the Lord enters and calls for Miss Caroline. He said to her, "Let's hear what you have to say. Go on, speak. I'm listening carefully." She stammers and says, "It's just a misunderstanding, not a murder attempt. It was just a prank." He said to her, "A prank? You consider putting poison in your classmate's drink a prank? You truly are a despicable and trashy person." She said to him, "It's not poison. I just put regular eye drops in it for her. I heard they are used as a stimulant. I did it for her own good. She's always shy and lacks confidence." Prince Cyril speaks up and says, "According to Claudia, the drops are intended for use in eye surgery. If this wasn't an assassination attempt, then what is it?" She told them, "Hypothetically speaking, I didn't know it was such a dangerous medicine, Your Highness. You have to believe me." Then she starts to cry deceitfully. He said to her, "All right, so you played a prank, ignorant of its true nature." She told him, "Exactly. That's what I did. She got it from a traveling merchant. It's a medicine that greatly enhances beauty." Then she asks the girls to drink the tea. Her friend takes her cup, and when she drinks it, she feels pain. She understands that Isabel put poison in her tea. Isabel mocks her, telling her that despite her bad manners, she should be praised for finishing that disgusting drink, out of respect for being a guest at her party. However, she says this behavior is inappropriate in front of His Highness the Prince. Then she says she will inform her father about this incident, as someone with the name Norton almost fell victim to poisoning. She knows that the Kerbeck family has a close relationship with Lady Caroline Norton's family. Prince interrupts her and tells them that this could indeed become a big problem. No one other than the Murbeck soldiers is capable of repelling the dragon raids in the east. If they can't rely on them, they will have no choice but to send troops from the capital. He then wonders whether the Norton region will hold out until their forces arrive or not. The poisoned girl replied that they are greatly mistaken and that she never intended that. Isabel retorted that her reckless actions would lead to the destruction of her homeland, and that's how things work in high society. Now, when you return to the dormitory, make sure to tell all your friends about this, so it may be a lesson about what happens to those who antagonize the family of Count Kirbeck. Then we see Isabel with her maid as they walk among their friends. The assistant asks her if she is sure this is a good idea. Isabel replies that she has made her decision. If one gets used to someone, it is natural for them to have enemies. If she shows them the consequences of messing with the Kirbeck family, no one will dare to harm Monica. She had made a deep vow in her heart to the Silent Witch who saved Kirbeck and swore to dedicate everything she has to repay her kindness. The maid tells her that she can add another bed in her room, and Isabel agrees. She asks her to prepare the bed immediately as they cannot properly care for her in the attic room, and so Monica spent a whole week receiving care in Isabel's room. Then we see Monica in her room, having become much better after Isabel fed her various foods, as she had been very thin. Anyway, at that moment, Rin comes to her, telling her that she is the envoy who has completely forgotten her age. Monica asks her how long she has been here. She replied that she has been here since she was about to write a thank you letter to Mr. Louis. Monica apologized and told her that she was staying in Lady Isabel's room, had been poisoned, and was recovering. Ren asked her why the Silent Witch, guardian of the second prince, was nearly dying from poisoning. Monica cannot answer her. Our episode begins with the silent Princess Monica as her maid hands her a secret letter. The maid tells her that these letters had been arriving daily during her absence. Monica is surprised and asks who sent them. Her maid tells her that someone placed them under the door. She then reads the messages, which say, "Are you eating well? I hope you get better soon." She thinks to herself that it's Lana's handwriting, then hugs the letters and is very happy. The scene shifts to Monica and Ashley, who is eating and says, "I've never been to a place like this before. What is this place?" Her friends tell her it's a good place to eat, and since they are friends, they invite her here at their expense for some good fish. They eat grilled river fish, then wonder what they'll go to see at the school festival. Ashley says she'll stay in her room until the party starts because Neil is busy all the time, so he only has time during the day and can't schedule his participation in the school festival. Her friends try to convince her, but the school play is the main event of the school festival. Lana tells her, "I am the one in charge of the costumes, and there will also be fireworks during the show this year. Someone is going to show them. What do you think about the three of us going to watch it together?" They talk a lot, and we listen and watch what they'll finally decide. They're now talking about horseback riding, embroidery, and the school festival. Yes, my friends, these are strange things, but these girls always have an empty mind. They leave, but at that moment, Mr. Cyril comes and calls out to Miss Norton, telling her that they need help moving some things. "Come on, you must go to the East Gate after classes." She asks if it's for the school festival. He tells her she'll find out later, but adds that His Highness and the Treasurer, Howarth, will take care of the fireworks, and the Treasurer, Graham, and the Public Affairs Officer, Miwad, will handle the costume. Ashley exclaims, "How careless of you to leak the Student Council's plans to an external party. What's the problem?" Ashley begins to think and says to herself, Neil and Bridget, and also Graham, will be in charge of things together. This is going to be a complete mess and things will be difficult. She starts to whisper to her friends, especially in Monica's ear, "Don't speak ill of your brother. He is very good and is doing his work, so I appreciate and respect him." The scene shifts outside, and the merchants have finally arrived. The prince tells his servant, "Would you please show them the place, as I need to prepare the reception inside." Meanwhile, Cyril is with Monica and tells her that the person in charge of the stage design is supposed to come to inspect the items. But then Kessie, a member of the historical research team, the stage design team, interrupts them. Then we see a flashback of Lana arguing and saying, "The person in charge got into a heated discussion with the team, so I have now taken his place." Everyone was working, things were going well, and then, in a moment, it became very painful. It was a moment that could have taken Kessie's life, but at the last moment, Monica intervened and used her hidden magic to save her from those heavy wooden boards. Kessie was in a state of extreme shock until Mr. Sorrell arrived and said, "What's the matter? Is everything okay? Take her to the clinic quickly and I'll clean up the place." Monica takes her and apologizes for causing so many problems, but the rope looked like it had been cut. I calculated the time it took for the rope to be cut. It must have been between 5 and 15 seconds, but thank God it passed peacefully. She then looks at Kessie and says, "And you're the one who cut the rope?" Kessie says, "It seems my secret is out, but I'm the one who did it. I was targeting you with the wood because I hate you. I didn't expect it to fall on me, but in the end, whoever digs a hole for his brother falls into it." Monica tells her, "You are lying." The other tells her she isn't lying, she has hated her since their first meeting. Monica pressures her, saying, "What are you hiding from me?" The other replies, "Do you remember when someone threw your tea at the party? I did that too. In my previous school, the other students often hid my things, so I never write my name on my things. That piece of paper you saw me folding? I did that." At that moment, Neil comes to them from the window and says, "Listen up, there's a strange mana signal in the western warehouse, the fiery type. It's absorbing and compressing all the surrounding mana. It's a spiral," Monica says. She then asks Kessie, "Are you planning an assassination, you idiot? Are you planning to assassinate His Highness, the Prince?" The scene quickly shifts to the Prince with Ms. Mabel. She says, "Sir, regarding the matter I spoke to you about a few days ago," and he replies, "You mean me playing the role of the king in another scene? I'm sure I already refused the role." Ms. Mabel suggests that he play the role, but he refuses, considering it an obstacle to the student council's duties. The little lizard on his shoulder tells him, "Sir, Ms. Alian is one of the candidates to be your fiancé." His Highness the Prince says that he doesn't care about any of that, as he must become king, even if others describe him as the Duke of Cluckford's puppet. The scene then shifts to Kessie, who is pointing her weapon at Monica and says, "I will not allow the Duke of Cluckford's puppet to become king. If that happens, the Duke of Cluckford will start a war with the Kingdom of Landor, and the second prince, the puppet, won't be able to stop it." When I heard about an earth dragon appearing in the town of Krim and being defeated by a passing sorcerer, I felt jealous. We have no money or soldiers, and the dragon ravaged our land and people. And yet, this country never tried to help us, but Landor came to our rescue in secret. You can't imagine how grateful we are. The Duke of Cluckford wants to wage war on the Empire. He plans to invade Landor, which is located between the Empire and the Kingdom of Rydal. How can I ever forgive them? Monica asks her to stop the spiral flame, but Kessie refuses, saying that even if she is tortured, she won't allow anyone here to move. And since you are also a member of the student council, Monica begins to cry and says, "If I don't do something, I will never forgive myself. If proving my worth in the student council is my duty as Monica, the council's treasurer, then this is my duty as a member of the Seven Sages." She tells her friend Nero, who is beside her, that she will attack the academy. When the academy is under external attack, the Lewis protective barrier will be activated. I want you to find the activation point of the barrier. Monica tries to do that, but Kessie attempts to attack her with her knife, but Nero stops her. Kessie tells them, "It's no use at all. The spiral flame will explode at any moment now, and you won't be able to do anything." Monica tells her, "I can stop it, and what you're saying isn't true." Monica continues to search to reach the flame to stop it. She finds the place from which the flame will ignite and says, "We will reformulate it to add an anti-spiral flame formula." Monica begins to cast a spell in that place, which is a pool with a water fountain. Suddenly, Nero pulls her away quickly, as it was a big trap. The poisonous tree emerged and was about to hit her. Monica guesses who set this trap and made the plants grow so fast. She says it's one of the Seven Sages, just like her, the Thorn Sorceress. The plant begins to attack them again, but Monica stops it this time and activates a magic gate. She then opens the gate and summons the King of Spirits through it. A strong wind comes out of this gate and destroys the powerful plant. After that, she activates the spell on the floor and changes the barrier's activation condition from an external attack to an internal attack, limited to the fire element. After great difficulty, she is finally able to stop the spiral flame in time, and she has exhausted all of her mana to do so. Kessie is shocked by this power, and because she didn't know Monica's true identity, Monica begins to cry, and Kessie says to her, "Monica, I am a cruel criminal. I tried to kill His Highness. You should really hate me." Suddenly, a large meteorite-like attack descends from the sky and falls to the ground. We find that the one who landed is Lewis, who arrived with his servant. His barrier had been acting strangely, and he came to inspect it. When he saw Monica, he knew that she was responsible for it, as she is his friend from the Seven Sages. And with that, our episode for today ends. Wait for us in future episodes of this anime, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. Our episode today begins with Monica the maid, and this other person is her friend. He says to her, "Bravo on what you did, it was amazing, but it seems your mana is about to run out," which is very strange given that you easily took down a whole swarm of winged dragons. This means you have a tremendous power that no one else has. Then he looks at the other young lady and asks, "Who is this beautiful girl?" She replies, "I am the foolish enemy who tried to assassinate Prince Felix." He says to her, "All right, go on. Tell me more about what happened, Monica." Monica then speaks, saying, "A spiral flame was set off in the western warehouse where fireworks were being delivered. I thought it was a trap, so I used one of the barriers you had used before. I know they were your barriers, but I had no choice. I'm very sorry for that." He says to her, "Fine, but if anyone ever messes with those barriers again, you will be the first person I suspect." He then looks at the young lady again and says, "I believe we will detain this girl. Her name is Casey, and we will interrogate her to extract the names of everyone involved, without exception. We will resort to using mind manipulation magic if she refuses to talk. It might be more merciful for her not to wake up again. The attempted assassination of a member of the royal family leads to the death penalty." Monica asks him, "Ilwais, do you support the first prince?" He asks her, "Why are you asking that all of a sudden?" She pleads with him, "Please answer me." He says to her, "I think that's right, since the first prince, Lionel, was my school friend, but that doesn't mean I want him to become king at any cost. I consider myself a supporter of the first prince because I don't like the tastes of Crawford or the second prince." Monica says to him, "Casey, that girl, is part of the first prince's faction. If it's proven that the first prince's supporters plan to assassinate the second prince, this will be very difficult." He says to her, "Don't worry about it. What exactly do you want from me? Are you asking me to pretend this didn't happen?" She says, "Yes." He tells her that, in truth, neither the first prince nor his mother cares for the throne. He prefers to act honorably and would never agree to an assassination. But his supporters don't necessarily share the same feelings. The fools who take reckless actions like assassination must be dealt with quietly and secretly. She says to him, "I don't want her to be killed," and starts crying. He says to her, "Fine, if she confesses honestly, I promise I will get her out safely." He puts his hand on her head and says, "Calm down a bit. You are one of the 7 sages, the silent witch. Don't do this to yourself." He then calls out to the maid, Rin, and tells her, "Take care of Casey." She asks him, "And what will you do?" He says, "I will fix this barrier that has lost its original shape." At that moment, Casey calls out to Monica and says, "I won't apologize and I won't thank you because I am the enemy who tried to assassinate him. You realize that I'm not your friend, right?" Monica was crying intensely. Casey says to her, "You fool, you shouldn't cry for your enemy. You are kinder than is fitting for a member of the 7 sages. Hate me as you should. Forget me at least, if you can't do that." Monica says to her, "I can't do that. I don't forget anyone," and cries more and more. Casey asked the maid to hurry and take her away. She then told Monica that she had no intention of apologizing for what she did, but she was sorry that she hadn't taken her horseback riding or taught her embroidery. After saying her goodbyes, she left. Afterward, Louis came to Monica and told her she needed to learn to control her emotions. Crying, Monica responded that she wasn't good at that at all. Louis told her that he would take care of hiding what had happened with the young girl. He then mentioned that the handkerchief he had given her was a birthday gift from his wife, so she needed to make sure to wash and iron it before returning it. Then we see Ars walking through the forest at night, talking to his companion Waldiano. Waldiano says that a spirit king was indeed summoned, and a large-scale barrier was erected in the old garden, which is supposed to be activated in an emergency. We go back to Louis, who is talking to himself. He says he thinks he's deceiving himself if he blames it on overuse, but summoning a spirit king to stop a spiral flame is truly an overreaction by the silent witch. When Ars hears him, he knows he's talking about the silent witch he saw before, who uses magic that he finds very beautiful. He wants to see her again and see her magic up close. He then thinks about Louis's words that this witch did this to stop a spiral flame. He doesn't know if she's here to prevent his assassination. Who would have thought she was so close all this time? The next day, we see Isabel in her room where she screams at her maid, Agatha, and orders her to leave immediately. Agatha refuses and tells her that she will not move no matter what. Isabel tells her that she is a lowly maid from the Norton family. The maid interrupts her and says that her face is very pale and she should go back to bed immediately. Isabel yells at her and tells her that she has been bedridden with a cold and hasn't seen her dear queen in 3 whole days, so she is worried that something might happen to her. The maid takes her temperature and finds that it's high. She tells her that she will only cause trouble for Monica if she visits her with a cold. She tells her to get better first, and then she can go see her whenever she wants. After that, we see Monica in her class. After she finishes her lessons, she goes for a walk and meets Lana, who tells her that the corner of her jacket is turned up. She then tells her that Casey isn't here. She went home due to a family emergency, but she could have at least told them something, as they are her friends. She then suggests to Monica that they send her a letter. She then asks Monica about the dress she will wear to the party after the school festival, but Monica doesn't answer because she doesn't have any dress. Lana tells her that this is not fitting for a student council member and that she will lend her one of her dresses. Monica thanks her because she always helps her and she can't repay her kindness. Lana responds that she doesn't want anything in return. She doesn't need a reason to be kind to her friends. After that, we see Monica on a horse. She is scared because it's very high. The teacher then tells everyone that they will start with a moderate trot first. Monica tries to do it but falls to the ground. She then tells herself that she wants to get better at horseback riding because if she masters it, she might be able to show Casey one day. Then the prince arrived and Monica was surprised to see him. He took her with him on the horse, telling her, "Make sure to sit up straight, pull your shoulders back a little, and look out at the distant horizon. Don't rely on the reins alone, as they can hurt the horse." Monica said to him, "It's like a 2-person dance. Keeping your back straight is beneficial in many situations. A friend of mine is the reason I chose chess and horseback riding." The prince then told her, "It's good to have a goal. You'll be able to proudly tell your friend about it one day." She told him that since she came to this academy, many people had helped her, and she wanted to repay all of them. She wanted to become strong one day so she could tell them everything. The scene then shifts to a chess match. Monica is playing with her friend, and he asks her about her choice of chess. She tells him that she likes chess and it's a very good game. She adds that a friend once told her she was a fool for playing without checking the rules and just believing someone else's explanation. Her friend tells her that her friend was very harsh and underestimated her, then won by using a castling move without telling her, which was a shameful act. Monica tells him, "I don't see any reason to be angry as long as I'm learning chess. That's all that matters to me." Her friend then says, "In that case, I won't go easy on you," and they play together. Her friend then remembers a day when he was young and learning to ride a horse. The prince speaks to him, saying that he's very weak, unable to use a sword, and not good at dancing. He's also bad at his studies, even though he will have to lead others one day. The young boy apologizes, saying he's not good at horseback riding. The prince then says to the young boy, "Don't cry, it's just a book." You are from the royal family. I saw a book when I climbed that tree. It could have been a crow on top of that tree. Can you go get it, or will you go crying to your servant as usual?" The boy climbs the tree and looks at the prince. The prince continued to climb the branch. He grabbed the book, but the branch broke and he fell to the ground. A lot of blood started to pour out of him. Elliot was shocked and terrified by the sight of all the blood. He returned to the palace, very sad. One of the officials in the palace hit him. At that moment, the prince entered, injured, and defended Elliot, saying, "It wasn't his fault. I was messing around and climbing the tree. Elliot tried to stop me and risked his life trying to save me." Afterward, when the prince went to his room, Elliot screamed at him, "Why did you protect me? You got seriously injured because of me." The prince replied, "I fell because I'm not good at climbing trees, so I have no reason to blame you." Elliot then said, "I'll teach you how to climb trees as soon as you get better." The prince was very happy about that, as he had been thinking that the view of the stars would be more beautiful from on top of the tree. He returns to the present and remembers when Monica said, "I'm sorry, I have no reason to be angry." He says to himself, "It finally makes sense." The scene then shifts to Bridget, who tells Cyril that the professor wants him to resolve the incident that happened a few days ago before the end of the day. Cyril then goes to the office and welcomes Monica. He tells her, "I have collected the documents you missed while you were absent. Make sure to review them." She says, "I will do my best," but she feels very tired because she didn't sleep well and her energy hasn't been renewed yet. The young man notices that Monica isn't well and can't even respond to him. She hugs Cyril, thinking he's a soft wall. Suddenly she wakes up and finds that it's Cyril. She apologizes to him and says that she's very tired and hasn't slept since yesterday. He then bows to her and apologizes to her, which surprises her. She says, "There's no need to bow." He apologizes, saying, "The delivery of the wood kept me busy, so I didn't check the sturdiness of the ropes, and that incident happened because of me." Monica realizes that they believe the problem is due to Cyril. She then remembers Casey, who was the one who cut the rope. She thinks that Lord Cyril had done his duties perfectly, yet he was still apologizing. Monica then cries and says to herself, "It's not your fault, Lord Cyril, it's not your fault." And she falls to the ground from the intensity of her crying. The Lord is shocked by this and asks her to calm down and apologizes profusely, but she says to herself that she's sorry, she can't tell him about Casey. In the evening, Monica is asleep and they gather around her. Lord Cyril asks the maid to carry her to the girls' dormitory because he can't do it himself. The maid objects, saying, "I'm not a maid for everything." The young boy asks her to take her to the dormitory. She finally agrees and says, "We are close friends and I will take her." With that, our relationship ends today. Wait for us in future episodes, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new. Our story today begins in the past, with a young man named Barney. As the second son of a royal family, he possessed a powerful talent and a fierce determination to carve his own path in the world. His goal was nothing less than to secure a place among the legendary 7 sages. One day, he stumbles upon a group of bullies tormenting a young girl. It was Monica. They were holding her down, threatening her with a spider. In that moment, Barney's power flared. "Stop this, you fools!" he roared. "How dare you bully the weak!" He unleashed a blast of fire magic, sending them all scattering in fear. He then turned to comfort Monica, who, despite her fear, offered him what little money she had as thanks. "Don't worry about it," Barney said with a kind smile. "I'm from the noble Armbard family. I would never ask for money from you." He gently brushed the spider off her. From that day on, their bond was forged. Barney became her mentor and closest confidant. He patiently helped her with her studies, explaining the lessons she struggled with. He saw her potential and told her she was destined for greatness. "My only problem," she confessed, "is that I don't know how to deal with people." Barney gave her the advice that would shape her life. Just put everyone else out of your mind. Don't worry about what they think. The only opinion that matters is the one you have of yourself. If you get nervous about using magic in front of people, start with simple chance, or even no chance at all. I know you can do it. You're smarter than you think. Monica's face lit up with hope. "I'll do my best. You're such a great help, Barney." We flash forward to the present, where Monica discovers she's been chosen as a representative for an event, and she is furious. She has no good memories of such things. 2 years prior, while at Zelford's lab in the Minerva Institute for Mages, she was told she had to attend the selection meeting for the 7 sages. Terrified of the social interaction, she refused, but she was literally dragged there against her will, wrapped in a curtain. She committed the ultimate blunder by fainting during the interview, yet somehow, she was chosen to become one of the 7 sages anyway. There were only 2 people she wanted to share the news with, her adoptive mother and her only friend, Barney. But she hesitated, thinking, "I don't know if he'll be happy for me, especially since he hasn't succeeded yet." Back in the present, Monica is in the student council room. The president informs her that 2 students will be competing in a chess tournament, and he wants her to focus, suggesting she could even become the captain. "Look, Mr. President," she blurts out, "I don't want to be captain. I don't even like chess that much, and I don't need the headache." Suddenly, a passionate boy named Howard explodes. "How could you say that? Your chess is like a musical masterpiece. I've never seen anything more beautiful." He gets right in her face, his eyes gleaming with an almost manic admiration. When he declares, "You will be our leader," the pressure is too much. Monica is so stunned, she literally faints. Howard tries everything to convince her, but she won't budge. He admits that while he's a decent player, he's not exceptional. You, Monica, he insists, are the real talent. If you don't lead, who will? Monica replies that starting is scary enough, let alone leading a team. Howard relents, agreeing to remain captain for now, but he warns her, the expectations are incredibly high this year. We dominated the competition last year. Who was on the team last year, she asks. Howard explains it was members of the student council, His Highness the Prince, and the public affairs officer, Majo. The prince was a phenomenal player, but Majo was the captain. He's brilliant, Howard says. He can spot a weakness and attack it without mercy. The prince's style, though, it's hard to describe, but if I had to, I'd say it's a lot like yours, Monica. Precise, ruthlessly efficient, using every tactic imaginable to corner the king. The thought of playing chess against the prince intrigues her. Later, while sitting with her friend Claudia, she's asked about going shopping on their day off. Monica apologizes, explaining she can't, and Claudia immediately understands it's the day of the chess tournament. Their other friend, Lana, is thrilled to hear Monica is on the team and promises to come cheer for her. Claudia mentions she wasn't on the team last year because she was a vanguard player for someone else. Lana asks about the other competing schools. It's the same as last year, Claudia says. The 3 elite academies, including the university, and Minerva. The moment Monica hears the name Minerva, she freezes. The spoon clatters from her trembling hand, and she breaks down in tears. Lana rushes to her side while Claudia watches, her expression serious. Monica, Claudia asks gently, do you know someone at that university? Judging by your reaction, it must be someone from a very bad past. Monica doesn't answer. Claudia tells her to come to her room on the morning of the tournament so they can go together. Monica's thrown back into a painful memory. She remembers going to see Barney at the university after she became a sage, wanting to thank him for teaching her everything. But Barney scoffs at her gratitude. He lectures her, his voice dripping with resentment. You're already capable of chantless magic, while I'm stuck with rapid chanting, he spits. That's not true, Monica cries. I'm only strong because of what you taught me. I always feel like I'm less than you in everything, he confesses bitterly. She tries to tell him how important he is to her, but he cuts her off. You barely even consider me a friend. You just came here wearing the official uniform of the 7 Sages on purpose, didn't you? You love looking down on me, don't you? As Monica weeps, he delivers the final, cruel blow. How pathetic for one of the 7 Sages. You should just go isolate yourself in a lonely mountain cabin. Monica wakes from the nightmare to the sight of her bodyguards, Rin and Nero, but they're in unfamiliar human forms. She's shocked by their appearance. They explain that due to recent threats, they've been ordered to provide closer protection. Rin then excitedly opens a novel. There's a scene in here where the heroine is being harassed and the man she secretly loves steps in and says, "Don't touch my woman. We're going to act this out. So it's okay if you get into trouble with bad guys." Monica stares at them blankly. You're in your mid-20s wearing a school uniform. You're just drawing more attention to me. Nero screams in frustration. On the day of the tournament, Lana gives Monica a complete makeover. There's someone you don't want to see today, right? Lana says while styling her hair. With the right makeup, hairstyle, and these glasses, you can completely change your appearance. You might even be able to avoid him. Monica looks in the mirror, stunned. I look healthy? Her friend smiles. The glasses also change your impression. You look like a chess master. At the venue, Monica sits with her team. Howard remarks, you look like a second year from the advanced division. He asks if her eyesight is bad. No, she replies, but when I wear glasses, I feel like I'm better at chess. The teams gather and their opponents from Minerva arrive. Their representative steps forward. It's Barney. He introduces himself to the prince and they exchange pleasantries. I heard about your skills last year, Your Highness, Barney says. We came prepared. Please, go easy on us, the prince replies with a smile. Then Barney's eyes land on Monica. She panics but tells herself, Lana said he might not notice if I just keep my posture straight. I can do this. He approaches her. You have the same name as an old acquaintance of mine, he says, his eyes searching her face. I wanted to introduce myself properly. Have you been at Serendia Academy for long? Monica's mind races. He's so angry. I have to apologize. I have to ask for his forgiveness. But just as she's about to break, Nero and Rin swoop in, acting like her oldest friends and pulling her away. Sorry, she's with us, Rin chirps. A baffled and annoyed Barney walks away. Monica is heartbroken that he left, even after everything. Rin beams proudly. With that one scene, I feel like I've completed my entire mission for the day. They reveal that their disguises had been criticized, so they made improvements. Monica thanks them for the help, but then pleads, but please, from the bottom of my heart, I am begging you to change back into a cat and a bird. And that's where today's episode ends. Join us for the next part of the story. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to catch all our new content. Our episode today begins 2 weeks after Monica started her chess training. She is now playing against a robot who is the best player on the team. What will she do with him now? We see her completely cornering him. It looks like she's beaten him. Then everyone gathers, and the robot approaches her, saying, "It seems you were joking with me. Why were you going easy on me?" She replies, "No, I swear I was playing against you with all my strength." At that moment, the team captain arrives and says, "Excuse me, where is Elisa?" Monica comes forward, but she is very scared. He then approaches her, focuses on her feet, and says, "Will you marry me? But on the condition that we play chess." Everyone is shocked. He then stands up and says, "Why are you all so surprised? I didn't say anything wrong. I really like her style of playing chess, and that's why I want to be with her always." He gets closer to her and says, "I am the 5th son of Baron Fess from the Kingdom of Landro. And don't worry, I don't owe anyone any installments. I'm from a very rich family. I love romance, and I'll throw a huge wedding for you." Monica gets scared and runs away. He calls after her, "Wait! I haven't finished speaking." Here the prince stops him and says, "Wait, what are you doing? This behavior is completely unacceptable in social gatherings." They then escort him outside. Meanwhile, we cut to Monica, and we see gunshots being fired at her from every direction, but she defends herself without any incantations. It is here that her friend discovers that she is indeed Monica. He then asks her, "Why is a member of the 7 sages pretending to be a student? Was the rumor about you secluding yourself in a mountain cabin a complete lie? Could it be that you're hiding your true identity? Perhaps you enjoy living the student life again. What a luxurious pastime. You seem to be having a lot of fun surrounded by boys, don't you?" She tells him not to play dumb, as she doesn't like that approach. He continues, saying, "You pretend to be a poor, kind girl to win the favor of the second prince. Maybe you're a selfish person who only thinks about yourself and doesn't care in the slightest about others. You don't have an ounce of empathy for what happens to anyone but yourself." Monica looks at him with great sadness, as this is his opinion of her. She then cries out of sorrow for herself. Barney continues his words, telling her that she is a very selfish girl and that everyone will soon ignore her. Monica replies, telling him she knows all of this. No one pays attention to someone like her, but she was happy despite it. That's why she just wanted to be a friend he could be proud of. At that moment, her friend Lana comes rushing to see what is happening. She asks Barney what he is doing with her. He tells her that they have an old acquaintance and were just reminiscing about the old days, which is why her eyes teared up. Lana asks for his permission to take Monica with her to fix her makeup, as she is her best friend. Barney replies, advising her to befriend someone like herself, as Monica feigns helplessness to exploit others. Lana coldly retorts that he is terrible at judging people, and perhaps he should change his big, ridiculous glasses to see people as they truly are. Barney gets angry and tells her that she surely watched the match. This girl is more competent and talented than everyone else, yet she fakes a helpless expression, as if she can't do anything, hiding her abilities to make others flatter her. Lana replies that she knows he is very jealous of Monica, which is why he's saying such things. Barney angrily answers that she will surely discover the truth one day at a doubt, when she realizes how superior Monica is to her. Lana screams in his face that she has never been jealous of anyone. If she had brilliant friends like Monica, she would tell her father how wonderful they are. He is just a petty person. Barney scoffs at her, saying he understands. Ordinary people don't get discouraged when the gap between them and a genius is very wide. Monica screams at them to be quiet. She then tells Barney that if he belittles her friend, she will never forgive him. She had always relied on him for everything and hoped to become someone amazing so she could stand by him. She wanted to be a friend who could stand by his side one day, so they could laugh together as equal friends, but she will stop trying to earn his praise now and will not want anything from him anymore. She then takes her friend to leave. As they walk, Lana tells her that she is strong because she expressed exactly what was on her mind. Monica replies that she feels a little braver today. The corset makes her stand up straight, and she was able to hold back her tears because she didn't want to ruin her makeup, and it's all thanks to her. They then laugh together and continue their walk. Afterward, we return to Barney walking through the academy with an angry expression on his face. He says to himself that he was the one who cut ties with her first. Even if she was chosen to be one of the 7 sages, he was the one who took care of her when she couldn't do anything. Yet she should pay him more attention, notice him more, and even fear him. He will never accept anything less than that. He then goes to Professor Bateman. His professor asks him why he seems agitated. Barney then asks Mr. Bateman to let him play first in the upcoming match. Mr. Bateman is surprised by his request. The scene shifts to McCrogan talking with a girl, saying, "I heard the results of this morning's match are out." She replies, "Yes, it seems we lost to the university with 2 losses and 1 win, but Miss Monica gave them hell. She's very talented." Barney enters and McCrogan is surprised by his presence as he doesn't recognize him. Barney says, "I am representing Minerva in the chess tournament. I studied applied subjects at Minerva, but I came to ask if you would agree and sign here so we can switch players. As long as a professor from the host school signs, it's fine." Later, Bateman is talking to Barney. "I hope they don't get angry with us. I can almost swear that scary-looking professor from Serendia will be giving us sharp glares." We see Barney looking very angry, thinking to himself, "Monica will fear me forever, in the past and in the future." Barney then says to Bateman, "I want to win no matter the cost. I want you to give me some advice on chess before the match starts." Bateman tells him, "Yes, I would be happy to if you'd like." The scene shifts to Monica and Lana getting her ready. Lana says, "Go play the match with confidence." Then Monica remembers something, rushes off, and tells Lana to go ahead of her to the match. We return to Bateman telling Barney, "I am Bateman, a teacher at Minerva." Barney tells him that he's not good at chess. "I told you, you're just an amateur who loves chess for fun. The subject you teach, the magic you specialize in, and the name of the scary-faced teacher from Serendia. I've met him several times in the teacher's lounge. You asked me if that old man was an acquaintance of mine. Anyone connected to Minerva is supposed to know William, the water-sting mage. So, I'll repeat the question. Who are you? The professor tells him that Minerva students are indeed smart, like Rozan, Helmi, Annoy, and many others. Barney gets angry and uses his power to strike him, but he can't do anything. Barney tells him it was foolish to challenge him to a magical duel. The professor replies that what he did didn't hurt him at all, it was like a pinprick. Barney gets even angrier because he is underestimating his power, as he had tried to capture him alive but failed. He then uses a stronger power than before, but the professor is unaffected again. Then, his face transforms into that of a monster. Barney is shocked. The professor mocks him, telling him he knows this is the first time he's seen dragon transformation magic, as his body has completely changed. Barney is still in a state of shock, knowing this magic is forbidden. He asks him if he is from the Schwergalt Empire. If you've infiltrated here, your target must be Prince Felix. Suddenly, the professor rushes to attack Barney, grabbing him by the neck and lifting him up. Barney tries to save himself, but cannot. Monica arrives at that moment. The professor uses a power that makes it seem like she is trapped in a river. He doesn't want to hear any screams from her. He traps her in a water sphere and tells her not to scream, drown and die quietly. Suddenly, Monica attempts to cast a very powerful spell. The evil man is amazed. Barney tells him that she can cast a spell without an incantation. He continues to squeeze his neck, and Barney thinks to himself, I always knew, in fact, that Monica was a genius. I'm just an ordinary person with a little talent. I can't surpass her level. At this moment, Monica casts her powerful spell on the evil monster, knocking him to the ground. She'll finish us off in a second. Then, a yellow bird appears and transforms into a girl, thanking Monica for defeating the assassin. Monica thanks her for telling her that Barney was in danger, and that this person might just be a diversion. Tell Nero to stay with His Highness. Barney then realizes that Monica is there to protect His Highness, the prince. Monica says to Barney, it seems my fake school life ends here. I'll have to tell the school why I captured this man, and then my true identity will be revealed. Quickly, Barney tells the girl to turn back into a bird because he hears people coming. They find that it's some student council members, including Cyril. He sees Monica is wet and puts his jacket on her so she won't catch a cold. He then asks Barney for an explanation of what happened. Barney says, it seems someone impersonated Eugene Bateman. I uncovered his disguise, so he attacked me and I had to fight back. Miss Monica is just an innocent witness who got involved by chance. This criminal used body manipulation magic and transformed into a monster. There's a possibility he's from the Empire. Cyril asks Neil to inform His Highness and the professors about what happened, and also to escort the treasurer, Monica, to the clinic. Perhaps her friends are in the audience. Tell them to stay by her side. Before Monica leaves, she looks at Barney. Barney tells her, all you have to do is be grateful to me for the rest of your life. The scene then shifts to Elliot with the girls, surprised that the chess match has been canceled. He turns to Monica and says, are you the only one who won in this tournament? She tells him, you would have won your match too, for sure, if the tournament hadn't been canceled. At this moment, His Highness the Prince and Cyril enter. The prince says, the intruder doesn't seem willing to cooperate with the investigation. Security measures will be reviewed and tightened after this incident. We will issue a statement later. Focus on your usual duties until then. Monica leaves, thinking to herself, if the intruder remains silent and Barney covers for me, maybe I can continue attending this academy. But why did Barney defend me even though he hates me so much? Even though I've been grateful to Barney since we first met. On the other hand, we see Miss Claudia sitting with Neil playing chess together. And with that, our episode for today ends. Wait for us in the next episode of this wonderful anime, but we ask you to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon to receive all that is new. Our episode begins with Cassie, who is very happy. She says to Monica, I'm really happy, we're going to the festival in Korlabton together. Monica is surprised and asks, Korlabton? What country is that? Where is it located? Cassie tells her it's a city in the east where strange customs and things happen. Then the maid comes and starts to explain more. There are strange rituals on the night of the festival. The guardian of the underworld catches a glimpse of human joy, so he sneaks in to join them. It has something to do with the underworld and the gateway to the other world, or another time. I know you don't believe in these things, and we don't either, but we have a love of exploration to see what exactly the story is. Monica shyly says to them, please excuse me, but I have an appointment after this, and I don't know if I will be able to attend these rituals. Cassie pleads with her, try to attend with us. The day will be so much fun, and you'll learn a lot. After a while, Monica leaves to put on a suitable outfit. They tell her it's really beautiful. The cat says to her, it's really beautiful and it suits you, but tell me, where are you going now at this moment? Just before she can finish her sentence and say anything, the maid comes in the form of a bird and transforms, saying to her, I will accompany you to the place you are going. After that, the scene shifts to when Monica arrives at that palace. That princess or that sorceress meets her and says to her, hello, hello. I have always wanted to meet you, my Moti. So you are one of the 7 sages, but you are very shy. There's no need for this formality. You should be at ease and talk normally as if I am a friend of yours. I have always wanted to get to know you better. Make yourself completely at home, my dear. We then learn, my friends, that this woman's name is Mary, and she is one of the 7 sages and the oldest of them, but she is still beautiful. What do you think? Do you want to marry her? Write your comments. We see Louis sitting and drinking wine, but he doesn't pay any attention to it, as if he doesn't even taste it. Meanwhile, Raoul, the boy standing behind him, stands at attention as if he's a bodyguard. Maybe he's sleeping now. Sleeping while standing. It's very strange. Let's talk about what's important. We're here today to perform some strange rituals, and I want you, Monica, to come and watch what happens. Monica thinks about it and says, maybe it's a good idea. Then the sorceress says to her, tell me about yourself. What are you doing now? She says, I enjoyed working on the numbers in a hut at the top of the mountain. I was alone. I didn't want anyone. There was a star chart from 10 years ago, but I didn't know who this chart belonged to. The sorceress tells her, the second prince, Felix Arc. Then she looks at the sky and says, 10 years ago, the fate of Felix alone was beyond my predictions. These are the days, one day for you and one day against you. Now I will go to change my appearance a little. Make yourself at home and enjoy yourself until I come back. After that, Monica talks to Louis and he says to her, you know that the fate of the second prince is still unknown, or perhaps someone has assassinated him. She says to him, is the matter that serious? He says to her, yes, and I will search for the killer, and I will not rest, and my eyelid will not blink until I know who the killer is. She says to him, you've been saying that for 2 years and you haven't done anything yet. You remind me of a group of Arabs who say, we will stop the war in Gaza, we will take measures and procedures, and they have not done anything so far, only talk. At that moment, the maid comes and says, welcome, sir. Did you enjoy the drinks I prepared for you? He tells her, yes, they are very beautiful and imported from abroad, but we must manufacture, for we are the kings of manufacturing. Then he says to her, let's get to the important part. Take Monica with you when you go to Korlapton City, and I'll catch up with you later. In fact, I came here today to break her seal. The task itself should not have been bothersome, but tell me, have you heard that ancient magical tools have a mind of their own? She says to him, yes. He tells her, I have tried repeatedly to break the seal, but something was talking to me all this time, and I must point out that its personality is very sharp. Yes, it has really exhausted my nerves. Monica is amazed and says, an ancient magical tool capable of exhausting Lord Louis? Then the maid also says, come on, Lord Louis, be strong and tough. What's wrong with you pretending to be a man? He looks at her and says, be quiet, you maid. Your personality is giving me a headache. I am different now from anything else. I just need to rest a little, that's all. At night, we see the strange rituals. Everyone is wearing strange things, some with a red face, some with a dog's face, and other strange things they resemble, as if they are in the age of ignorance. We also see some people selling idols and some statues and things that no one should buy, even if they were free, but they want to make a lot of money in any way they can. From another direction, we see the sorceress Monica and the maid flying in the air, talking and walking together. It is less than 10 minutes before they reach their destination. The maid quickly transforms into a bird and leaves while they walk in on foot. But here, Monica is attracted to that masked person, so she stops. Perhaps she likes his appearance? She starts to mumble. The sorceress says to her, what's wrong with you, girl? What's the matter? Monica tells her, I think I saw a friend there. I'll go say hello to him. Monica runs quickly to look for him, but she can't find him. At that moment, the merchant, who is trying to earn a lot of money, bumps into her. Then he says to her, are you okay, little one? She says, don't worry, I'm fine. He asks her, are you lost or something? I see you just spinning around in circles. Or maybe you're looking for someone, but it's okay, I can help you if that's the case. She says to him, yes, I'm looking for someone. My name is Barso. Then they set off, and it's only moments before the bell rings and everyone stands and pays attention. The sound of the bell continues. Bartholomew tells her that there is a festival like this in his hometown as well, a bell to bid farewell to the dead. Monica thinks to herself that the sound of this bell is beautiful, but at the same time sad. How many people get a farewell from those they loved? Suddenly, Bartholomew apologizes to her because he was distracted for a moment, as they came to this place specifically to search for Monica's friend. Suddenly, the person Monica is looking for appears from behind her. She is unable to speak. This person is wearing a mask over his eyes. He is the prince, but he is in disguise, so no one will recognize him. He then thanks Bartholomew for taking care of the girl and leaves her and departs. Then Monica asks and says to herself, why did he come to this place without a guard? The prince asks her, how did you come to this place by yourself? Monica tries to explain to him that she is not a child as he thinks, and says that she is very mischievous. The prince laughs and says, we are alike then, we are both mischievous. The prince asks her to enjoy the nightlife together. Monica agrees with great pleasure. The prince asks her to call him Ake tonight, without Lord Ake, because you and I are mischievous. On the other hand, we see Bartholomew opening this door with these small iron pieces. It seems that this person is a thief, and he opened this door with this trick, and he must be an expert at it. He enters and is surprised that there are no guards in the place. He opens this box to steal it, and finds an ancient magical artifact in it. On the other hand, we return to the prince and Monica. They go together to this nightclub. At that moment, Monica begins to get very nervous. The prince tells her that this place is owned by Lady Cassandra. At this moment, Miss Doris appears and tells him that she has business with Lady Monica today. Then they enter to see the owner of this place, and she is surprised because she has not seen the prince for a long time. Then he asks them to find an outfit for Monica. Miss Doris takes her to get this outfit for her. Then the prince sits with Lady Cassandra and reads these letters. The lady tells him that these letters are from the nobles he met in his store, and they are all men who are disgruntled with Duke Cloxford. I will not interfere in your affairs, but this will be the last time I see you. Then he takes out this bag with an amount of money in it and says to the lady, please allocate this amount to hold a feast worthy of the night of the bell-ringing festival. Then Monica enters, and she is in an abnormal state from what she saw in this nightclub. The prince brings her back to her senses and puts a new outfit on her that suits her. She indeed regains her consciousness and is now ready to participate in the celebrations in this masquerade costume. She walks with the prince in the city. He goes with her to this store that sells jewelry, golden bracelets, and magical pieces. Monica says to herself that all these magical pieces are fortified with a simple defensive barrier. Monica is drawn to this brooch. The owner of the store tells her that this brooch was made by one of the 7 sages, the jewel magician himself. The prince says that this magician is one of the 7 sages. I have heard about him. He is very brilliant at making magical tools, and when the prince sees it, Monica remembers that it resembles Lord Cyril's brooch. The name of the jewel magician was also engraved on it. The prince agrees to buy this brooch and gives the store owner his due. He bought it for a huge amount of money. Then he says to Monica, is there anything else you want from here? Do you want me to get you some makeup like you wore before? Then Monica remembers their first meeting with each other when they were in the old garden. Monica had dropped nuts, and the prince helped her gather them. Monica says, I was so happy when you gathered the nuts for me, and I kept them as if they were little treasures. I can't express it well, but this jewelry may not be as special as the nuts of that day. The prince is happy then. Then he goes with her to eat these sweets from this store. They sit together and eat this delicious candy. Then the prince asks her, do people make you nervous? Monica says, here I am ruining it when someone is kind to me. The prince tells her, you can consider me a ghost. We are in the bell-ringing festival, a night even the dead visit. Your friend Ake is a ghost that does not exist, so he cannot harm you. Monica is shocked and cannot speak. Then the prince goes to get some juice. The maid Wren appears and says, this is a don't touch my woman kind of situation. Monica gets annoyed and is angry and tells her, it's not like that. He is the prince and I am his guard tonight. Then this owl comes and stands on the head of the maid Wren, and lo and behold, in the leg of this owl is a written message. Monica takes it and begins to read it. It says, someone stole Mira, the weaver of stars. Monica is very shocked and starts to scream. And with that, our episode ends today. Wait for us in the next episode with very exciting events, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all that is new.